Well, I'm back to bottom. My name is Beast, today we're back with Grisaia. As you may have been able to hear just now, got a bit of a cough going. This is me feeling healthy again, and healthy enough to record again. So you can probably imagine what it was like the fucking last week.
Yeah, the entire week that you deprived me of Kaguya, you monster.
Hey, listen, you son of a bitch. I laid in bed at fucking Tuesday, somehow freezing yet feeling like I'm in an oven at the same time, being tired as sin yet at the same time awake as can be, sick to the stomach, with a sore throat.
You had a pretty drastic fever.
Funnily enough, when I used the fucking thermometer, I apparently didn't have a fever.
But really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, my hands felt cold, yet the pillow where I was lying on was fucking scorching. And I don't know how. Fucking weird that. But anyways, we're back.
To明日が結婚式の日になっちゃったね。私、もうすぐお母さんと同じお嫁さんだよ。
Also,
とうとう
by Africa.
明日が結婚式の日になっちゃったね。
It was in music box I retrieved from the workshop some
もう
time
すぐ
ago.
お
I
母
whispered
さ
a
んと
few
同
words
じ
to it.
お
My
嫁
mother
さん
was
だ
a
よ。
truly wonderful person. She was studious and athletic, a talented cook who was excellent at her job. Just like a sage, she really could do it all. Back when I was a child, I used to be very proud of the fact that my parents were both such powerful magicians.
私もお母さんみたいなお嫁さんになれるかな。
It goes without saying, of course, that I love Yukun. Now, the word love may no longer even be enough to express the depth of my feelings for him. He knows everything. He's profoundly strong and deeply kind, and a bit prone to teasing me. How could I not have fallen for him? And what's more, Yukun was also my first love. Surprising, even enough that he was willing to be my boyfriend. But as of tomorrow, he'll become my husband. My husband. The words have a pleasant ring to them. Perhaps I'll repeat them a few times. No, there's no time to be indulging myself. Just recently, Yukon stood in front of all of our friends and said he would protect me from any danger, no matter what, even if it meant turning the world against him. I suppose that's proof of just how much he cares. That makes me truly, sincerely happy. However, for that very
好き
reason,
になった人のことを自分が幸せにしてあげたい。そう考えるのは私のわがままなのかな。
that is literally the fucking opposite of selfishness.
Selflessness. Or self-denial.
Can barely see it. Flash.
はい、ご苦労様でした。
Once Chizuru concludes her pleasantries and closes the door, a black luxury car slowly drives off into the distance.
ここまで来れば人目もそんなに気にしなくて平気でしょうから、風見くんも楽にして。
That's a relief. Having received Chizuru's permission, I reached up and loosened my school uniform's necktie, which had been wearing tighter than usual.
ごめんなさいね。結婚式の前日だっていうのに、こっちの用事に付き合わせちゃって。
Well, your business was an information session for people interested in our wedding, so it's only natural I'd help out.
そう言ってもらえると助かるわ。地域住民の方々もあなたたちの結婚式に参加できることを喜んでくれていたみたいだし。
Yeah. Until today, I'd only had a few people directly mention they'd like to participate in our wedding, usually when we were out shopping together. But nearly 100 interested locals showed up for the information session today. We had to draw lots to choose the 20 who would be able to attend. It doesn't exactly feel bad to know that there are so many people around town who want to celebrate our marriage with us. And apart from everything else, I still owe you for your help with that whole blowing up the school thing.
そうね。あの時私が背負ったリスクを全部返してもらおうと思ったら、これくらいじゃ全然足りないかもしれないわね。
Right, feel free to use me however you please.
あらそう？本人の了解も取れたことだし、それじゃあ早速。
I'm sure you know this without even a kid like me telling you, but it's important to distinguish between the things people say and what they really mean.
ちゃんとわかってます。でも、少しくらいはわがままを言わせてくれてもいいじゃない？
Oh, if you want, we can have fun all night. Been a while since the last
Never
one.
change.
小峰さんにはあんなに優しくできるんだから。
Stop sulking, you're a grown woman. I'll tell JB to give you a bargain price on me if you ever need a bodyguard.
わかりました。近々地域フォーラムに出席する予定もあることですし、今回はそれで手を打つことにします。
Cashing in already, huh? Well, I guess a single bodyguarding job's a small price to pay for getting her in a good mood. Better mood. Still hard to believe I'm actually getting married tomorrow.
まだ実感が湧かない？
Pretty much everything I'd heard about marriage was negative. Guys used to always talk about it being the end of your life, or mention how much their in-laws hated them. But now that it's my turn, everyone's all smiles and congratulations. This feels like it's been too easy, to be honest.
まあ、小峰さんの抱えていた問題を解決したっていう事実が一番の原因になっていると思うんだけど。
Yeah, to be fair, her guardians, aka her uncle and aunt, did until now have probably a very serious fear that some fuckboy that just wants her for the work she does and the money to just walk up and be like, I order you to marry me right now for monetary benefits, and she just go, yeah. So yeah, they're probably very happy that this is something she actually chose.
One hopes.
小峰さんのおじさんは断る理由がないっていうくらい風見くんのことを信用してくれていたものね。
Guess I just got lucky then.
そうね。もし結婚しようと思った相手が榊さんや周防さんだったとしたら、きっとそんなことを口にする余裕すらなかったと思うわよ。
I mean, to be fair, at the point in Sakaki's route where he is already about to marry her, I don't think her dad has any say anymore.
Yeah.
Still, and Amane, we've seen him throw down.
Yeah.
Probably not. The president of a giant conglomerate or a cook at a traditional restaurant wouldn't make for the friendliest father-in-laws.
だったらスムーズに話が進んだことを感謝するべきじゃない？
Yeah, you're right.
そういえば小峰さんの方は大丈夫？明日の準備とか。
Planning companies these days are pretty damn thorough. Once we made all the decision, there wasn't a whole lot left for us to do. If anything, it's probably going to be tougher on you and JB, but with transporting us, walking Sachi down the aisle, and acting as the minister.
よかった。それならこれからの時間は小峰さんのために使ってあげて。
You think she needs the attention?
ええ。あなたたちがお互いのことを信頼し合っているということは私もよく知っています。ですが、結婚前日ともなれば嫌でもいろいろと考えてしまうというもの。
You know, usually my immediate instinctual lines that come to mind when it comes to Chizuru are very down bad. But this time, it's... Wow, if I didn't know better, I'd say you'd have experience, but clearly I know you don't. Like, I don't know why my instant fucking flashes of sentences that come to mind only have two modes, flirting or bullying. Sometimes both at the same time.
I like both at the same time.
Yeah, you would, you fucking bottom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
both
chance
incorrigible.
Sachi might get cold feet.
それはわからないけれど、注意してあげることに越したことはないはずよ。
Right. I'm sure I believe people always have second thoughts right before their marriage. But I have to admit the possibility concerns me. Recently I've noticed her looking a bit melancholic. And once in a while. There's definitely something on her mind that's bothering her. Alright, me, Colonel Neri, played fucking Abiotic Factor yesterday. And boy, do I hope that the FBI doesn't have that call out of context somewhere.
Oh, they do. They have every call ever.
Well, then they have several several instances of me saying things like, I'm gonna go hunt some people right now, as well as, God damn it, he didn't drop his arm.
I was about to say the guys at Echelon at the donuts are keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, essentially, I've reached high enough level accuracy to be able to make the fucking... Not biomimic, not quite biomimic yet. Hold on, what's the fucking item called? Abiotic Abiotic factor, first off. Factor biometric arm wraps. Because you need the biometric arm wraps in order to use guns that aren't stuff you made yourself or security pistols.
Okay.
However, in order to craft a biometric arm wrap, you need 10 human arms.
So you have to wander around like an overbred Machamp or something?
No, because like it's supposed to like mimic the bio pattern of the people that usually use the guns, namely the fucking radicalist terrorist group that decided to invade and damage a lab that was built to contain things like the actual Grim fucking Reaper. I think did y'all see fucking Uriel Layak?
Yes.
You Eagle?
I don't think I did.
Well, here it fucking is.
Okay.
The Layak is a creature that somehow only one person can see at a time. At any time. And it will just follow this one person without pause, slowly, until it gets close enough, whereupon it suddenly goes insane and just essentially jumps you, whereupon you die due to extremely severe radiation.
Okay, so...
And the only way to get rid of it is fucking, hold on, talking is hard. X-rays. There we go. That's the fucking word. I'm stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, the only way you can get rid of it is either by looking at it, because looking at it causes it to just piss off voluntarily, or just shine like copious amounts of X-rays onto it, whereupon it will not die, just piss off, but it will leave behind its essence, which you can use for various things. You can also eat it. However, eating it will immediately cause you intense thirst, overwhelming hunger, as well as general poisoning.
So you can basically eat your own corner of Chernobyl. Okay.
Essentially, yes. There's also other things.
Yeah, 3.6, not great, not terrible.
Let's see, what other monsters do we have? Antibiotic. Sure, let's go with this. Let's not do that. It's Grim fucking Reaper I mentioned. Oh yeah, let's go with the Composer as well. Yeah, sure, let's also go with Symphonist. The Yeti also exists. The fight with the Yeti was so fucking funny because it literally was like, you literally told us, okay, the Yeti's in there. Let's be very careful. Me and Yuri stormed in and literally just fucking full on Jujutsu Kaisen beat down his ass. He literally could not attack.
Right. Okay. Most strange.
Like, literally, this was me and Yuri toward the fucking Yeti.
Just stun locking it between the two of you. Playing tennis with its whole body.
And then this here is a Symphonist.
Why am I reminded of CP-096 the statue that comes to life?
I mean, that's more so the Layak, but yeah, I guess I could see it. Yeah, but the Symphonists are these guys' little babies, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
They only appear in flat hills, where they cause perpetual fog. You also see a streetlight behind them. You can now imagine how tall they are.
Right.
And then there's also this fine fellow.
This is going to take more than just one MTF to go and cover, isn't it?
Lore. No known protocols or procedures for containing or impeding IS-0059 currently exist. The entity is able to enter and exit locations, including the Cascade facility, seemingly at will. Factors influence its arrival and departure remain speculative. While high-energy electromagnetic energy appears to briefly halt or temporarily disperse IS-0059, conventional weapons systems used on the entity have had no notable effect. It must be observed that any and all data gathered in relation to IS-0059 has been acquired under difficulty or ad hoc circumstances. There have been no opportunities to study the subject under controlled conditions. If IS-0059 grabs the player, they will be transported to the Night Realm. What is the Night Realm, you may ask? The Night Realm resembles a distorted version of the security sector. The walls are made of brick and metal. Where's the lore? I need the lore. A unique shade resembling the sister of the Lost is also present in the Night Realm, sitting on a tree branch. She does not have any further dialogue and reacts similarly to other shades when interacting with. However, another unique shade without a night helmet will appear near the Inkwell. Unlike others, this shade can react to the player by screaming and disappearing permanently, leaving behind a rising column of black leaves. The requirements for the shade's appearance is the completion of the security sector. A shade of Dr. Khan can be found in the Night Realm. He has the same dialogue as in the security sector. Where's the lore? Oh, this doesn't have the lore. Essentially, the Night Realm, that thing that Reaper sends you to, is one of many potential futures of the planet. It is also essentially hell. Then there's also these behemoths, They're fucking massive. They're very like a singular drop of their blood can power portal systems. And in lore, we have reason to believe that in their own world, they are essentially just ticks. To whatever lives in their world. Those fuckers are regarded as ticks in their own homeworld. And in our world, them screaming shakes the very earth. So yeah, if you haven't gathered, abiotic fact is essentially Half-Life meets The Forest meets SCP fuckers.
Yeah.
Not SCP fuckers. Fuckers
Please do not.
that are SCPs.
Yeah, please do not have
I
sex
know the
with
internet.
SCP, ladies and gentlemen.
I've seen.
I
Hear
don't.
me
I
out,
don't care how
kids.
tempting it is.
I know
Rule 34 right
people. I know women that would want to fuck the alien from Alien.
What?
I know dudes that would want to fuck the alien from Alien. I'm one of
Why
them.
are you like that? Question extends. Why are you like that?
What the fuck do you mean? Why are we like that? I like to imagine that we are not part of that group.
Deviants. Anyway,
Oh, yeah, Justin's online. We ought actually to get a response. Anyways. When is the reason? I already read that. For a while there, she felt guilty about her own happiness, given that her mother's still in hospital and isn't getting better. But I'm fairly sure her current concerns are about something else entirely. I don't know what it is exactly, but that doesn't mean I can just leave this alone.
今日はいい時短と味わいわね。ジャージ。
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Cinema. There we go. That's also not the thing. God damn it. Trying to find the right one. There we go, that's the one.
暑い。暑くて干からびそう。動いてないのに暑いよ。暑い。暑くて干からびそう。動いてないのに暑いよ。
Never gets old.
ジャッジといえば南米の女子新体操選手の顔が思い浮かびますが、それが何か？ああ、今はね、レオタードの人の話はどうでもいいのよ。
Alright, Psylocke. Context why Randy just said that. I remember that someone asked me for like if I could help find pictures of Psylocke, but like in casual clothes. And I could only find like fucking 3. Like it should not be that difficult to find pictures of fucking Psylocke in casual clothes, especially since Marvel Rivals is a thing now. Also, I just randomly saw this pop up in my fucking feed. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
It's always cute looking ones to turn out to be freaks.
このままじゃ暑さで私が干からびちゃいそうだから、なんかで気を紛らわせてちょうだいって話でしょ。
I want to talk about the volcanic activity near Hawaii.
No.
Ah, right. She wants to talk about the different steps in blacksmith that encompass blacksmithing a longsword. Gotcha. Or about that one fucking stereo setup that someone decided to place in the middle of the Sahara Desert to play fucking... What was it, the Root Sandstorm? No, it wasn't the Root Sandstorm. Or was it the Root Sandstorm? For all eternity. What did I get? No, none of that matters.
なるほど、理解しました。そういうことでしたら、早口言葉の練習などはいかがでしょう。ああ、早口言葉いいじゃない。なんか頭良くなりそうだし。乗り気になっていただけたようで何よりです。では、最初のお題は、にゃんこ、孫にゃんこ、ひ孫にゃんこでいきましょう。ああ、にゃんこね。にゃんこはいいわよね。ユージと違って可愛いし。ゆうくんは可愛くないといった部分は後で訂正してもらいますが、暑さでこれ以上脳みそが溶け出さないうちにどうぞ。よーし、いくわよー。やっぱりやめておきましょう。なんでよ。自分で出題しておいてなんですが、なんだかとてもアダルトなセリフを絶叫することになる予感がしました。意味わかんない。っていうか、やってみなきゃわかんないじゃん。
Come back to the dorm in something of a rush only to find the object of my concerns engaging a comic skit for some sort. I gotta say, I feel super boring. At least you do, my friend. No matter how the hormones may be raging through your youthful body, I recommend against shouting obscenities for no reason.
ユージ！私は別に絶叫したいわけじゃなくて、ただ暇つぶしがしたかっただけなんだから。
Did you just accidentally mute yourself for a second, Eagle?
That wasn't accidental, just clearing my throat to avoid deafening everybody.
Okay.
I do that frequently.
Well, you're a kind of man with me.
Obviously.
旦那、それならあっしにいい考えがありやすぜ。たったいまー。
I'm in a market. I walked through the door and directly into our conversation, plastic bags dangling from their ends.
あれ、あんたたちもう帰ってきたの？本当は河川敷の方まで足を伸ばすつもりだったんだけど、外が暑くってね。商店街で買い物して帰ってきちゃった。そういうわけで、これ、みちるの分のアイス。さすがあまね。持つべきは気が利く寮母のおばさんよね。おばさんちゃうわ。せめてお姉さんって言いなさい。
So, what's this perfect idea of yours, Makina?
チルチルが暇つぶしをご所望ということなら、婚前シンクロクイズを推薦するのよさ。
What the fuck does that even mean?
かの有名な婚前シンクロクイズね。結婚式が明日に迫っているというのに、なんかいつもと変わんねえから、どんだけお兄ちゃんとサッチンの息が合ってるのかを試すのよさ。
Let's see. Sounds interesting, I suppose.
結婚というものを自分に意識させるいい機会かもしれませんね。そんなこと言っていいのかい？思わぬ相性の不一致が発覚して成田離婚ならぬ婚前離婚になっちゃっても知らないんだぜ。
Let's try and we'll sweep away that doubt and make our bond even stronger than before.
ゆうくんの言う通りです。私たちの認識が接着剤でくっつけた10円玉よりぴったりなところを見せつけてやりましょう。ほう、さっちゃんも言うわね。だったらその言葉を証明してもらおうじゃないの。じゃあこれ私が考えておいた問題な。
What about... Like, sure, walking the walk is fine and all, but what about shuffling the shuffle? 50% of my humor is referential. Anyways.
ちょっとマキが用意が良すぎると怪しまれるでしょ。じゃあまずは簡単なところから行かせてもらうけど、二人とも準備はいいわね。
No, you are.
お願いします。それでは第1問。じゃじゃん。サチが一番好きな動物といえば
No, be sharks.
ですが、たくさんいるサメの中でもサチが一番好きなサメは何でしょう？
My favorite kind of shark? Oh crap. No, the reason why Sachi developed a fondness of sharks, but I don't remember hearing anything about a favorite species. Can't think of any obvious hints for what I remember or conversations either. I just got quite a wide selection of stuffed sharks in her locker.
大丈夫です、ユウくん。落ち着いて考えればすぐにわかります。
You can overcome me, huh? I get it. When I first stayed at the beach, Sachi chose a particular species from among the many different varieties of shark floats. But considering that she qualified her decision by saying it felt right today, it's probably safe to say that the other finalist was her actual favorite. Alright, man.
ではご両人、張り切って答えをどうぞ。ヨシキリザメです。
The blue shark.
ブッブー。はい、残念、外れでした。サービス問題がまさかの不正解とは、なかなか意外な結果になったのよさ。
Incidentally, why is that your favorite shark?
ヨシキリザメは英語だとブルーシャークと呼ばれ、背中の色鮮やかなブルーが愛好者の中でも人気の高いサメさんなんです。というか、ミチル様はなんでちょっと嬉しそうなんですか？いやいや、ここで何か間違いが起これば私たちにもまだチャンスがあるかもとか。ごめん、本音がダダ漏れだから。そこの話はもう広げなくてもいいでしょ。ほら、さっさと次の問題に行くわよ。
Yeah, you'll definitely nail this one. 今
の問題は私の趣味嗜好に偏りすぎていたところがありましたからね。ぬっふふ、そいつはどうかな。じゃあ続いて第2問。ででん。夫婦には専業主婦や共働きのように様々な形があると思いますが、2人が考えている理想の夫婦像を教えてください。
Sounds like a questionnaire at this point.
その割には聞いてくる内容は安易な気持ちで答えづらいという。そうなのよ。きっと答えが長くなると思うから、あらかじめ用意したこのフリップに書いてほしいのよさ。まさかさっき100円ショップに寄ってたのってこのためだったの？というわけで3分待ってから答え合わせするからね。はい、じゃあ3分経ったからまずはユージからね。
Alright, my thoughts on a man are pretty simple. I think a man should provide for his family and his wife should take care of the house. Men are sublanos. As long as there's a good dinner waiting for them at home, they'll come back every night instead of going out and wasting their money.
ふむ。お兄ちゃんは意外に古風な考え方してんだな。じゃあ続けてサチの方の答えを聞いてみましょうか。はい、私はお父さんとお母さんが同じことをしているというのが理想ですね。それが自営業でも会社のお仕事でもいいのですが、二人が同じ目線でいてこそ得られるものもあると思うんです。ってことは、ユージは専業主婦でさっちゃんは共働きを望んでるってことよね。つまりこの問題も不一致ってこと？あれ？てっきりここら辺の話はもう意思の疎通がなされていると思ってたんだけど。
Everyone has their ideals, but it's like Sachi and I are that determined to have our own way in this.
というより、こういう話をしたこと自体初めてかもしれませんね。
Right, we often talked a lot about having a single kid and spoiling them rotten, but not so much about work. そう。なんだかちょっと雲行きが怪しくなってきた気がするんだけど、そろそろその必要はありません。
次こそぴったりくっついた五円玉のように。
まあサチがそう言うならいいんだけど。
First, I was a little uncertain about the spontaneous quiz show it was all about. It seems like they wanted to get us fired up for tomorrow. We're not exactly living up to their expectations so far, but I don't see a reason why we can't proceed.
それでは次が最後の問題になります。
はい。
So much for that. After going through a number of additional questions, we still haven't managed to come up with the same answer even once. But now the confidence is completely faded from Sachi's voice. Michi and Ramana are starting to look uncomfortable as well. Seems like they feel a little guilty about making things awkward.
最後はもしもシリーズね。もしもシリーズ？
もしこんなことが起こったらどうするっていう感じの問題なのよさ。
実際はもし自分たちがデートをしている施設に強盗犯が逃げ込んでしまったらどうしますかって問題ね。
So you want to know how we'd react in the face of danger, essentially.
そうみたいだけど、あまり現実味のない話だし、この問題はパスでも。
確かに実際には遭遇しづらいシチュエーションかもしれません。ですがこの問題に挑戦させてください。
私は別に構わないけど。
ゆうくんもお願いします。
Well, I don't think Sachi's confident this will go any better than the other problems, but her face is deadly serious. Guess she has her reasons. Alright, let's continue.
じゃあ1問目と同じようにせーので答えてもらうけど、答えはもう決まってるの？
I'm good to go.
私も大丈夫です。
そういうことなら一斉に答えをどうぞ。
ゆうくんと一緒に対象を無力化しま
I
す。
would neutralize the thread. I'd get Sachi somewhere safe.
やっぱりと言ってはなんだけど、これも不正解だったわね。
そうですね。
だからってあまり気にすることはないわよ。
そうユージとサチがいいコンビだってことは私たちが知ってるんだから。
サチ？私たちの声聞こえてる？
大丈夫。ちゃんと聞こえてるよ。
そう？それならいいんだけど。
What Sachi says is pretty obvious that she's too shocked to think straight. Even worse, her face actually seems to be going pale. Shouldn't just ignore this. No, there's still something the two of us need to decide on before tomorrow. I'm sorry to be so abrupt, but do you mind if I borrow Sachi for a bit?
それはもちろん。
Appreciate it. Come on, Sachi, let's go.
はい。
Interrupting the quiz a little forcefully, it takes Sachi by the hand and lead her out of the dorm.
今のってユージが気を利かせてサチを連れて行ったのよね。
さっちゃんも思い詰めたような顔してたし、ちょっとやりすぎちゃったかもしれないわね。
もしそうだとしたら私が悪いのよ。私があんな問題を作ったから。
それを言うなら途中でクイズを止めなかった私だって。
何が悪かったの？榊さん、小峰さんと風見くんがいないみたいだけれど、もしかしてそれと何か関係が？良くないことが起こったのは一目瞭然なんだし、何があったのか詳しく聞かせてちょうだい。
実はこの前マキナと話してたら、もうすぐ結婚式だっていうのにユージとサチっていつもと全然変わらないわよねって話になって、
私たちでもっと結婚ムードを盛り上げちゃおうぜってところから二人のシンクロ度を試すクイズを考えたんだけど、
いざ問題を出してみたらびっくりするくらいユージとサチの答えが合わなくて、
最後の問題の答え合わせをした後にサッチンがショックを受けちゃったみたいなのよさ。
呆れた。スオさんがついていながらどうしてそんなことになったのよ。ごめん。今回ばかりは榊さんの言う通り、私がもっとさっちゃんの気持ちを考えてあげるべきだった。そうね。 小峰さんは結婚式を明日に控えて、いろいろとナイーブになっているはず。本来なら、それをケアしてあげるのが私たちの役目だというのに、お互いの意識を確かめ合うクイズなんて、うかつすぎるわ。
それは、結果的にサチを傷つけることになっちゃったのは、悪いと思ってるわよ。でも、私たちは私たちなりに、二人の結婚を祝福しようと思ってたことだけは信じてほしい。そうやって、二人は結婚するんだ。だから諦めなきゃいけないんだって。自分に。
みちる。
私だって、チルチルと同じ気持ちなのよさ。
心の整理が必要なのは、小峰さんと風見くんに限った話ではないということよね。
That place is some good psych cake, didn't it?
あれはシフォンケーキですね。特別にレシピを教えていただくことができましたので、私も今度作ってみたいと思います。
I said with some shit, nothing cheers a woman up like something sweet. I sought out refuge at a nearby bakery cafe. Apparently the plan worked. Didn't take long for Sachi to get back to normal, and we're currently strolling along the shore together. Come to think of it, it's a while since the last time we walked hand in hand like this.
そうですね。ゆうくんと手をつなげるのは嬉しいのですが、明日までに決めておくことというのは。
Before that, are you thirsty after all that cake, Sachi? We could stop by another cafe and order some tea if you want.
なぜでしょう。今日はゆうくんがとても優しいです。
Or strange thing to say, I'm always kind, aren't I?
そうですね。ゆうくんはとても優しいです。でも自分でそういうことを言ってしまう人には、私も思わずわがままを言ってしまいたくなります。
Not a problem right now. I'm feeling even more generous than usual.
そういうことならぜひ行ってみたいところがあるんです。
Certain place? Where?
私が行きたいのは、去年の夏にゆうくんとデートをしたあの海水浴場です。
Not certainly a lot cooler out by the ocean.
それに相変わらず綺麗な夕焼けです。
Yeah. We came out to the beach at Sachi's request. But there's still something bothering me. I saw his expression on her face when they were giving us the final problem. That had something to do with those flashes of melancholy I've noticed lately. There's a possibility these might be more serious than a simple case of cold feet. Anyway, we came on his way. I know we don't have any swimwear, but we'll go out there for a rematch.
それはとても魅力的な提案なのですが、日も落ち始めていますし、今日はゆっくり波打ち際を歩きませんか？
Saying some awfully girly things today, Sachi.
ゆうくんはおかしなことを言いますね。私は常日頃から乙女心丸出し状態じゃないですか。
I suppose. I'll possibly imagine a girl Sachi's age sulking over a quiz that went poorly. But I know Sachi well enough to say that she wouldn't lose her calm over something so minor. You feeling a little more calm now?
はい。ゆうくんのおかげで、しっかりと自分の考えをまとめることができました。
Alright, then, why'd you lose your cool back there? Couldn't even hear what the others were saying, did you? It wasn't because our answers to that quiz didn't match up, was it?
いえ、そのまさかです。私は自分の答えがゆうくんと合わなかったことがショックだったんです。
Say what?
と言っても、好きなサメさんを当ててもらえなかったとか、海派と山派だったとか、そういう部分の話ではありません。お互いがお互いに求めているもの。言ってみれば、幸せの形と呼べるようなものにズレが生じていたことが思った以上にショックだったんです。
So that's why you took that last question so seriously.
はい。
I don't want to expose Sachi to danger. Sachi wants to be more useful to me than before. We'd only vaguely been conscious of this discrepancy until now, but I guess the quiz made it apparent just how different our perspectives are.
でも、答えが合わなかったのも当然なんですよね。
Because we haven't even talked this over before.
はい。ですから、私は自分の気持ちを包み隠さずお話しすることに決めました。
That announced when Sachi hands me a single envelope. What's this?
開けてみてください。
Inside the envelope, I found a number of official-looking documents. An application for a nursing school.
それは9月の頭にあった進路希望調査の際に学園長さんにお願いして取り寄せてもらったものです。それが学園の所有者である東浜グループの力か学園長さんのコネクションによるものなのかはわかりませんが、美浜学園はいろいろな進学先に融通が利くらしく、今の私の成績なら学費が免除になる特待生枠での入学も可能だそうです。
In other words, you plan to enroll in the school after you graduate from Mihama.
それはまだわかりません。私の人生はもう私一人のものではありませんから、進路だってちゃんと話し合ってお互い納得した上で確定させたい。そんな思いから今日はずっとその資料を持ち歩いていたんです。はい。何の相談もなしにいきなりこんな話をされてゆうくんもびっくりしていると思いますが、私は思い出の公園でゆうくんのプロポーズを受けた時から自分の進むべき道についてずっと考えていました。私の考える幸せは何か、自分はゆうくんに何がしてあげられるのか。
So you're saying we need to have a real discussion about this?
ご明察です。ゆうくんは話そうとしませんし、私も無理に聞き出そうとは思いませんが、ゆうくんはきっと自分の命を危険にさらすような仕事をしている。そのことは仕事先の上司である春寺さんはもちろん学園長さんも知っていることだと思いますが、ゆうくんの並外れた知識量と身体能力の高さを考えればおぼろげに想像がついてしまいますから。
Yeah, I guess you would. That dummy business card JB handed her would probably be enough to rouse some suspicions. Even the way I'm called out the job in the middle of class or late at night, it's all too obvious that I'm not exactly working an honest job.
私が爆発物に対する知識を身につけようと思ったのは、そういう部分でも役に立てることがあればと考えてのことですし、同じ舞台に立つことが許されないのなら、いつでもゆうくんの元に駆けつけてどんな怪我でも治してあげられる人になりたいって、そう考えたからなんです。
Wait, that's what you're thinking about nursing school?
はい。そんなことを理由に進路を決めるのは安直な考えだ。子供の夢だって周りの人は思うかもしれません。でもそのことをいくら笑われたって構わないんです。だって私が自分で決めた夢なんですから。
As she speaks those words, Sachi's face blossoms in her smile. Even as she beams up at me, there's a painfully earnest look in her eyes. Don't worry, I don't think anyone who knows you would laugh at that dream. I know I've said this a dozen times before, but you're really a pretty talented person. Using the strength and knowledge you've gained through hard work, you'll inevitably accomplish what you set out to do. That's the company of Sachi, I know. In other words, if you really wanted to, you'd probably be capable of working the same job as I do. Honestly, that's exactly the reason I wanted to keep our training in the realm of make-believe. I guess I was just assuming that the happiness I wanted was the same as everyone else's. But that wasn't the case, was it? Sachi's gonna become the fucking spotter.
She'd be a great spotter.
Yeah, she would, actually.
Alright? Like, he's just already laying in wait. Like, okay, like, they told us the target should be coming by around here. But it's gonna be like another half hour. I'm gonna give you a massage while we wait. Like, just starts massaging his fucking thigh. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, that's real tough. Those stairs would fucking fuck you up.
They missed the target. How come?
Sex.
I wasn't even trying to go for the
different.
sex angle. I was literally just going for, like, this man is, like, lying there ready to snipe while getting a full body spa treatment, essentially.
Either answer works, I suppose.
As she brings out the mani-pedi kit.
Alternatively, like, he's literally like fucking bangers, and he went, pulls out sniper, shoots once, there we go, just continues.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could see them doing that as well. An artist, do you think?
Hypothetically, if I were to accept, if I started relying on you even more than I do now, life might get a good deal less normal for you. Will that make any difference in how you feel about the matter?
はい。不安な気持ちを抱えたまま、ただゆうくんの帰りを待っているよりは、100万倍マシですから。
I see. Well, this is a hell of a thing to deal with the night before our wedding. I've clearly chosen myself for one remarkable life. But it's my fault, really. I myself enjoyed a comfortable romance of a relationship and avoided the messy issues we really should have discussed by now. Whatever, no point dwelling on where things went wrong. That just isn't what's important right now. I thought she asked me to teach her about explosives, and she told me that she wants to learn how to tend my wounds. What were the thoughts that ran through my head? Was it what a nuisance? Need to make her reconsider? Of course not. Words made me happy, plain and simple. Such understands who I am, the idea of helping me makes her happy. Knowing that filled me with a joy and affection for her. What reason is there to hesitate then? In that case, there's a place I need to take you.
連れて行くって、どこへですか?
Can't be Jigaya! You will go make a soldier out of you! I'll know soon enough, but there isn't much time in this area.
Japanese MOD.
はい。
After hurrying onto a bus that takes us to the nearest station, we head over to the hospital where Sachi's mother sleeps. Luckily, we managed to make it in time.
面会の時間には間に合いましたけど、でも、どうして？
I've got something I really need to say to your mother, that's why. With an explanation, I push open the door to a familiar hospital room.
I'm gonna make your daughter a special forces operator.
We're gonna make a man out of her. Wait, that's wrong.
She will wear white,
Go
and then she will wear green.
She will wear white. Will it stay white for long? No. And I don't mean it'll turn green. It'll turn red.
You make her sound like a yandere.
Yes.
Also, in before, nobody made any silly jokes about going commando.
No.
No. Really not. Frankly. Sachi's mother is lying inside, looking just the same as she did the last time we visited. My apologies for stopping by so late. However, there's something I absolutely need to tell you today. Signaling Sachi to wait at the entrance of the room, I gazed directly down at her mother. We're sorry, it seems I'm going to be causing you a great deal of worry from now on. I wanted to give you the peace of mind to focus solely on getting better. It's not a reason to decide to keep Sachi safe, no matter what. However, I can't promise you that any longer. Until now, I thought my role as a husband would be to provide for my wife, allowing her to focus on the household. I was under the impression that Sachi wanted a normal relationship of that sort as well. But today, when I actually asked Sachi how she feels about this, I realized that I'd just been putting words in her mouth. He's been putting more than words in her mouth. I'm bad.
Tut.
Sachi told me that she wants to be useful to me. She wants to be at my side even if it means facing some danger. Now that I think about it, that strength is a big part of the reason I decided to marry in the first place.
ゆうくん。
In other words, there's no reason for either of us to hesitate. By making this decision, I may well be giving you cause for concern. So before we speak our vows, I wanted to inform you directly. Of course, Sachi's mother isn't about to give us her opinions on what I'm proposing. But this is a way of strengthening my own resolve, and I do think I owe this woman an explanation. On the day that we entered the workshop, I witnessed genuine love. I respect for Sachi as parents. It's sincere. And right now, it's probably my only means of expressing it. God for now.
でも、ゆうくんはそれでいいんですか？私の気持ちを考えてくれるのは嬉しいのですが、それではゆうくんが遠慮してしまうことになりませんか？
Seems a misunderstanding things slightly, Sachi. It's true that I'm accepting your request in full, but that doesn't mean I'm giving up on what I want. The only thing I want is for you to be yourself, Sachi. And that means I've got no interest in pushing you into a normal life against your wishes.
それは。
Alright, let me put it this way. What if it made me happy to hear that you wanted to help? I don't see a problem here. Do you?
というより、ゆうくんは本当に意地悪だということが分かりました。ゆうくんが私のことを考えてくれているように、私だってゆうくんの幸せを望んでいるんですから。
Right. We both care deeply about each other. That's what you want. That's why she wants to be by my side, and that's why I want to make her happy. Well, now we've sorted out our feelings, I think I'm gonna propose to you for the second time. In retrospect, that discussion at the park wasn't really much of a proposal. If possible, I'd like to have asked something a bit better for us to remember.
わかりました。ゆうくんにそういう考えがあるなら、私も慎んでお受けします。
Thank you. Taking a deep breath, I straighten my posture and stare directly into Sachi's eyes. You're the only woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. Will you marry me?
はい。私、小峰幸は、どこまでもゆうくんについていきます。
I have my ideas about how I want things to be. But of course, Sachi has her own thoughts as well. We've only been a couple for a year, so reading each other's minds is still a bit tricky at times. And because of that, some misunderstandings are sometimes going to grow into genuine problems. In that sense, it's probably fortunate that we managed to have this conversation on the day before our ceremony. Ma'am, I'm gonna make a promise to you. I'll make Sachi happy no matter what.
私も、お母さんみたいに強くて優しいお母さんになって、ゆうくんを精一杯支えてみせるから。
They're gonna have to have some problems explaining to their kid what their job is for. Tell us your parents' job day at kindergarten.
Bring a kid to work day must be an absolute riot.
Conflict resolution.
Pretty extreme type.
Bring your kid to work day. Here you go. That's the bastard whose cap you need to bust. Pull the trigger.
Conflict resolution. Such a complicated thing to have to do.
Arigato.
Yeah, piss off. Piss off.
Well, why are you telling her that?
I'm not telling her that, I'm telling the writers that. The writers can piss off. After returning to the dorm, we apologize for the others for running off so suddenly. Michu and the company respond with an apology of their own, and we agree to put the matter behind us. Like, I guess the best explanation I have right now is, like, this has the same energy as that one scene in Sword Art Online after they solve the murder of Griselda and Grimlock is being taken away, and then like the ghost of Griselda is just suddenly standing there, says thanks and vanishes like nothing fucking happened. Like, piss off. Unless you have actual magic in your setting, don't just bring back the dead. And that woman is still a vegetable. She's not talking.
Oh, well.
Though again, Sword Art Online Abridged did it better. Also, I actually decided to look up the song that they used for the quote-unquote intro opening of the Alfheim stuff. God, what was the name again? write a real life by Greek Fire. And it's so funny because it's their official, like you go to the music, to like the video that they uploaded of the song on their official YouTube. And like, the fucking comment section is just filled with random ass SAO abridged references. And all I can imagine is that the people who made the song just sit there like, what the fuck is happening, help?
Yeah, that happens a lot on old music.
It's not even old. Ah, never mind. It's 11 years old. Fuck. Fuck that. Ugh.
I mean, like, even older music. Go look at any of the REO Speedwagon videos. It's all people making fucking Speedwagon.
Speedwagon.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventures has single-handedly bamboozled an entire old generation.
What is... Hold on. What's the song again? Was it This Is War? 30 Seconds to Mars, This Is War, that was the quote-unquote opening for the season 1. Hold on. Yeah, it was. Like, let's see. Yeah, there we go. The first comment immediately. Sometimes things are born. They live, and then they stop. Forever. Yeah, but yeah, again, people are just spamming SAO references, and it will never not be funny to me. God, this song is 15 years old. Time is a construct that was made just to make us feel old.
If you say so.
Anyway. After returning to the dorm, we apologized to the others for running off so suddenly. Ichu and company responded with an apology. They were only agreed to put the matter behind us. Sachi did understand that they meant well with that quiz, so I told myself I wasn't that worried. But in the end, I found myself heaving an embarrassingly loud sigh of relief when I noticed her playing around with Makin in the lobby after dinner. I guess a little pre-marriage angst isn't the worst thing in the world. At the very least, it helped me realize just how much of a daily routine here means to me. Just how much our daily routine here means to me. Still, this is a little strange. Granted, there was an unfortunate incident this afternoon, but it's the night before a once-in-a-lifetime event, and our supremely meddlesome friends don't seem to be taking action of any kind. That's unusual, and it's making me feel anxious. I guess Kaki has been trying to keep them under control lately, and so it's just far too quiet. They've swapped out the just and far. Because I'm beginning to sweat from the tension. There's a knock on my door. It's clearly from the sound of it that this isn't one of Makina's immediate surprise raids. Adieu, Sachi, come in.
はい。それでは、失礼します。
Sachi responds with an unusual hint of nervousness in her voice, then enters my room with a tote bag in her hand. What's up? There's something you want to ask me about tomorrow?
いえ、そういうわけでもないのですが、お風呂上がりにみちる様の髪を言っていたところ、あのさ、サチ、今日はそのシュヤってやつなんでしょ？だったらあいつのところに行きなさいよ。と促されまして。
I was going to impress interpretation of her voice, but in Japan I'm pretty sure a wedding night refers to the night after your ceremony.
そうなんです。おそらく気を利かせてくれたんだと思いますが、肝心なところでミスをしてしまうところがみちる様らしいですよね。
Right. I should probably be grateful that the girl at least tried to approach us like an adult rather than letting out her nervous energy bursting in here and yapping at me.
でも、みちる様がきっかけをくれたおかげで、私もゆうくんの部屋を訪ねることができました。
What do you mean?
実は私、いろいろ悩んでいたんです。
About a marriage, you mean?
きっと突き詰めればそういうことになるんだと思いますが、お母さんの病状のことや進路のこと、そして自分が本当にゆうくんのお嫁さんにふさわしいのかどうかとか、いろいろです。
I see. Sounds like a pretty classic case of cold feet, honestly.
そうですね。でも私が抱えていた不安はゆうくんが全部吹き飛ばしてくれました。
Say so. Can't say I remember doing anything in particular.
今日もう一度私にプロポーズをしてくれたじゃないですか。
Is that enough to dispel your fears?
はい。今のゆうくんの気持ちが聞けたことで、私がゆうくんのお嫁さんでいいんだって思うことができましたし、考えが変わったことをちゃんとお母さんにも伝えてくれたこと、私本当に嬉しかったんです。
You were?
はい。ですから私が感じたありがとうという気持ちをゆうくんにお見せしたいんです。
Just say it how it is. You want to suck his dick. With that remarks, Sachi fixes me with a steady, wistful gaze. It's clear enough that what she means. There's no need to make her spell it out. Alright, Sachi, feel free to demonstrate your feelings however you like.
ありがとうございます。では、少しだけ準備に時間がかかりますので、ゆうくんはベッドの上に座って目をつむっていてください。
Ah, boy. I don't mind, but I thought this kind of thing was a more ominous specialty.
違います。そういう意味で言ったんじゃありません。と言っても、そういうプレイに興味があるというなら、私はいつでもチャレンジャーでいたい気持ちではあるのですが。で、今はそういう話じゃないんです。
Alright, alright. After thoroughly enjoying the sight of Sachi's flustered face, I obediently sit down on my bed and close my eyes. How's that?
はい。すみませんが、もう少しだけ待っていてくださいね。
Even as we speak, I can hear the soft sound of rustling clothes. Safe to assume that Sachi had some sort of outfit inside that bag she brought with her.
準備が整いましたので、それでは失礼させていただきます。
And scene. No, man. This oddly formal announcement is accompanied by the sound of Sachi flicking the room's light switch.
もう目は開けてもいいですよ。
Alright, and scene. There we go. Never mind. I don't know
Normally,
why,
isn't it
but this-
bad luck to see the bride on the night before?
I mean, I don't think that's the wedding gown. Like, that's the part that's bad luck. Specifically seeing her in her wedding dress.
Alright. I thought it was just seeing her the night before generally. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the soundtrack for a second reminded me really of like the romantic quote-unquote soundtrack from Conception 2. Hold on. I'll try to look that up real quick. No, that's the boss theme. Was that one? No. No. It's not Piece of Courage, it's not specifically Narcos theme. I don't think If a Body Was Light is a boss theme. Was it shaped on the heart? No, it was not. The complete fucking list should be near the bottom, if anything. A bit of courage. Was it a bit of courage? I don't think it was a bit of courage. At the very least, it is an AEM version. Piss off. Probably should have read that first. Speak gate is the opening. We don't need that. Was it eternally holding her hand? It was not. Wasn't Tiny Tiny, I think. Was it Tiny Tiny? It was not Tiny Tiny. It should be something that's feed phantasmagoric. For eternity? It was for eternity. Oh no, Conception 2 was a bad game, really, but I personally enjoyed it when I was younger, at least. Fuka, best girl. I should probably at least, like, show pictures of the characters instead of just saying one character, best girl. Chloe, Feeny, Fuko, Ellie, Narika, Serena, and Tori. Here's Chloe. She is the sister of the main character's best friend and also their teacher. She is second best girl. This is Fine. Like typical picture perfect genius upperclassman. This is Fuko, best girl. She really likes swimming and is one of the first people for the school that the main character meets. This here is Ellie. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but she's a dead body. Then this here is the class representative character, Narika. She has big boobs, and that's a lot of her character, aside from being extremely fucking shy. Then we have the door stopper.
The puntable object.
Yes, and emotion, like very deadpan, almost emotionless science girl. Incidentally, this is her with her weapon.
Sandwich make me strong.
She's packing heavy ordnance. Anyways, I don't mind my eyes if I'm Sachi sitting before me and another.
There's no way she can handle the recoil on that motherfucker.
Could be a gyro on it.
Weird magic bullets. Recoil doesn't exist.
Or it could be a very small caliber and a low muzzle velocity.
Considering how fucking
the
big
entire story of the game conception is that you get it when between the ages of like I think it was like 15 and 19, you can get a star brand that allows you to do star energy to do magic, but you can only use it around ether. And the big crisis around the world are these massive dusk labyrinths showing up, where within these dusk labyrinths, ether literally doesn't exist. And while every male produces ether passively, none of them produce enough ether to where you can still use the star power within the dusk labyrinths, except for the god's gift, who is the main character, and he produces so much ether that he can create a pocket of ether within a dusk labyrinth where they can actually fight. And also, he is the only male student that has a 100% conception rate with S-rank female students. Conception is not referring to pregnancy here. It's a weird ritual where you pour ether and star energy in a star womb matryoshka, and a fucking kid pops out immediately that is ready to fight on the front lines.
Right.
It's fucking weird, don't worry about it. Star children are adorable little tykes, though. One of the star children can just be a robot, though, so there's that too. Anyways, enough of that, I suppose.
ウェディングドレスを選んでいた時に見つけたものなのですが、いわゆる初夜用の勝負衣装なんだそうです。
So, what's it doing in you?
実は一目見てこの衣装のことも気に入ってしまって、それを見ていたプランナーさんたちが、じゃあこれは私たちからのお祝いですとサービスでプレゼントしてくれたんです。
See, it's got something out of waiting for that fashion show to end after all.
はい。
Very adorable smile.
ウェディングドレスに関しては、私のわがままを一方的に聞き入れてもらう形になりましたから、そのお返しと言ってはなんですが、この衣装を着た私をお見せするのは、世界中でゆうくんただ一人だけです。
Kind of a pleasant thought. It's great in you too. That's beautiful, your maid uniform.
本当ですか?
Yeah, pretty sexy too. It's got my blood pumping.
そう思ったのなら、私のことを抱いてください。
Oh boy.
彼氏と彼女でいられる最後の日に、結婚式を挙げる前から、私はもう、ゆうくんのものなんだって、そう、私に教えてください。
Right. Sachi? You're a freak. Imagine if he actually said that. Softly speaking her name, I pull Sachi into my arms. Without another word, we begin to touch each other. This warmth in my arm belongs to the woman I'll be spending the rest of my life with. And tonight I'll burn that knowledge into my body. Morning's here. Open my eyes at my usual time, then take a few minutes to let my mind wake itself up. It's every 2 minutes, I turn as always. However, today's gonna be anything but the ordinary day for me. The relationship's changed a lot over time, from childhood friends to classmates, from classmates to lovers, now from lovers to husband and wife. After today's ceremony, Sachi and I will be husband and wife. Shouldn't be a problem. By giving voice to my thoughts, I verified the words feel natural to my own ears. A change in your position requires taking on all sorts of new responsibilities that applies to work and relationships alike. Just as the superior has an obligation to protect their subordinates, her husband is obligated to protect his wife. Alright then, I'll need to believe in myself, become a husband worthy to trust Sachi placed in me. From now on, it's up to me to help Sachi find happiness in her life. Just as my master Asuka once helped me. Reflecting on responsibility, I was expected to glance over the other side of my bed, only to find that Sachi's already disappeared. At this point, I finally remembered that we agreed to leave the dorm separately today. Still, if Sachi was a spy for them foreign power, I'd be dead 100 times over by now. Come to think of it, back when she first started staying over in my room, I used to wake up every time she even stirred. I remember her making unfair complaints to the effect of, it'd be cute if you would let me wake you up once in a while. But by now, I don't even notice when she slips out of my bed. In other words, my body's somehow come to recognize that Sachi's no threat to me. Anyway, might as well start off with my daily routine. Slap my cheeks to try and bring myself back down to earth. I promptly leave my room.
Ohayo. 昨日はよく眠れた？新郎さん。
Yep. That's what I sometimes feel about her too.
Imagine if, like, the first response was just the sound of a gun cocking.
Mm-hmm.
What gun would he be carrying? What model? You think he's a Glock kind of guy?
1911.
Good mistake.
Something
1911.
something that would be easy to conceal, yet is easy to conceal and actually has some hitting power. I would have gone unusually with a Volta P99 maybe.
Yeah,
Fuck does
good
it
old
even
German
look
gun.
like?
Can't go wrong with the German gun.
Mm-hmm.
Volta what? P99?
Yeah.
I did it. That one is a nice, small, compact one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
Now I
in
do
1911
feel the need to just add
carry
GFL to the end of that to see if it exists. P99 indeed is a fucking character.
I didn't know that was
Who
a character
is
at
that
all.
small creature? Who is that tiny
He's going to
fucking
mysteriously
creature?
disappear in a dark alleyway tomorrow.
Somebody pointed at JB.
But yeah, you wanna like guess like general features of what a P99 would look like as an anime girl?
Small caliber.
She's probably a lolly. Flat chest. She's German, so she probably blonde hair, blue eyes. If I had to guess.
I posted her already.
I'm so fucking good, dog. Holy shit, I am good. To the T.
Oh
It's
yeah,
super
by the way, I
difficult.
got Robo Arm Waifu that's in the back of this GIF at this point, whose name I can't fucking remember for the life of me.
Robo arm wife, you mean Sharkery?
No. In the back
Dude,
of
you
this
should-
GIF.
No, dude, you should love Sharkery. Sharkery's so cool.
Sharkery fucking sucks.
No, dude. How could you hate Sharkery? Look at her. Look at Sharkery.
Dushevnaya, that's her name. Dushevnaya.
You couldn't think of the Shavnaya?
Yes. Because I don't. Because what the fuck kind of name is Dushevnaya to a German? Do I look like I speak Ruski? I fucking don't.
No. No good person speaks Ruski.
Exactly. But yeah, my team at this point has become Dushevnaya, Macchiato, Suomi, Tololo and Sabrina. With the option of subbing in Kyungju if I need to, but I usually don't. Right! First off, I still need to do my dailies today. Second off, Klukai is gonna be on the banner after this banner, apparently.
Yeah, she's the next banner after this newest one, yeah.
Like today, I'm pretty sure today they swapped off of the Dushevnaya one to a new one, and after this new one, it's gonna be Klukai. So I'm not gonna fucking pull. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna fucking grab my phone real quick. What the fuck? Which character?
I still haven't pulled for any. I'm waiting for my lovely Springfield.
For who?
My lovely Springfield.
Does not ring a bell right now. Springfield. Oh, I didn't hear the field part. Springfield good too. Springfield good too. Like if I had to choose 3 dolls to Covenant, it would be Macchiato,
No, she's
Springfield,
mine.
and good guy.
Oh, I want her to give me a nursing hand job. Want me to repeat it?
Huh? Oh,
want
the
me
new
to repeat
recruitment
it?
hasn't actually started yet. Don't worry, we did hear you. As I open the front door, a remarkably shaggy head of hair appears before my eyes. Sorry, seems like I got the wrong building.
ここで合ってるわよ。今日は私がユージを式場まで送っていくことになっていたでしょ。
Don't think of it, that's right.
久しぶりに会って最初のセリフがそれってどうなの？
Don't get irritable. If you throw off your menstrual cycle, it'll be harder to notice when you miss a period.
余計なお世話よ。まったくもう、ついでに朝ごはんも作ってあげるから、あなたはお風呂にでも入ってきなさいな。
You want me to show up to my ceremony with an upset stomach? What did I do to deserve this?
あなたね、私が一度でもそんな料理を作ったことがある？いいからさっさと行ってきなさい。
I mean, to be fair, your cooking is, like, good, apparently, if I remember correctly. As I catch the bat towel JB tosses at me, I find myself reflecting on the truth of my master's words. Specifically, when a woman wants to pamper you, you're better off shutting her mouth and letting her do what she pleases. When I return from the grand bathroom a while later, I find JB rummaging through my refrigerator with an apron on over her suit.
食材から考えると、エッグトーストにジャーマンポテト、それにビシソワーズって感じになりそうだけど、問題ない？
I'm gonna be entirely transparent with you, real quick, Yulia. I'm German and I don't know what the fuck you mean by German fries.
Steal them from Belgium. Steal them from France.
Probably Belgium. I mean, they make good chips anyway.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's just Bratkartoffeln. What? These are not fries. You slice potatoes into slices and fry them in a pan. These are not fries.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the American translators just called them that because they couldn't think of what else to.
No, apparently the English name for it is German cottage fries. Or just German fries. It is actually the right translation. Even though a more apt one would be German fried potatoes. Because that it is.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That sounds nice.
Like,
Nice,
I have
actually.
some frozen ones in my fucking freezer right now.
was about to say, it'd be surprised me if there wasn't a frozen version. Don't die, please.
Too late.
Also, and before we all,
died,
and before we all,
Yo,
we're all talking to
you're
your
not
ghost.
hearing me speak. It's only a delusion.
You've been dead years. Then let it go.
I was about to say, after death for years, you need to let go.
Yeah, we'll go and eat your German fries instead.
Yeah, classic German breakfast. You don't eat German fries for fucking breakfast.
What does make a good German breakfast, anyway?
Oh, Scott, just like a nice bread and some slices of sausage on it.
Okay.
Like maybe some egg.
Given that I'm allergic, I'll pass on the egg, but that does sound quite nice.
Also, I did not actually look up what the fuck Vichy sauce is supposed to be. It is apparently a cold vegetable soup.
Huh.
Again, no. It's not really German breakfast. Dump some potatoes in your belly and at least you won't starve, right? Oh, that's what you meant.
そんなことばっかり言ってると、いつかドイツ人にぶっ飛ばされるわよ。
Do I get to? God, I remember like when fucking Colonel came over to Munich and I took him to a fucking pub. I remember we essentially ordered something very similar, but both of what we ordered had two types of knedel. I call it knedel because dumpling sounds odd to say, because I don't view them as dumplings, really. Like, when I think of dumplings, I think of, like, the Chinese kind with, like, the almost noodly type thing pocket they're in. But yeah, essentially there's a difference between Semmelknödel and Kartoffelknödel. Hold on. Essentially, on one end, you have this. On the other hand, you have this. The top one is Semmelknödel, the bottom one is Kartoffelknödel. The top one is made of using old, stale bread rolls. The bottom one is made with potatoes. And when we ordered, I specifically asked the server if they could, because like it had, like the thing we ordered had on it one Kartoffelknödel and one Semmelknödel. I specifically asked them, hey, could you swap out my Kartoffelknödel for a Semmelknödel? And they said, yeah, sure. And Colonel didn't know what the fuck was going on, so he just decided to go for it as it is. And after he ate, he's like, yeah, Semmelknödel was honestly better. And it just is. Like, Semmelknödel is literally just like you crack an egg, put some water and some various herbs that you like into a bowl of torn up old stale bread rolls and just like knead them through and then form them into balls and boil those balls.
That's a sentence I never thought I'd hear today. Boil those balls.
Fucking damn it, shut the fuck up. And they also just like go better with sauce, you know.
Fryer.
Okay.
For once, JB doesn't really take the bait, and soon enough, there's a mouth-watering smell wafting from the kitchen. Gonna think that it's been a long time since I've watched her cook like this. When I was paralyzed by the shock of Asuko's death, JB took me into her own apartment and looked after me for months. The job's demanding enough that all-nighters are almost a routine. But while I was staying with her, she came home early now. She came home every single night to cook me a meal. At the time, I was so worn out that I probably would have starved myself to death if she hadn't pestered me to eat. Most of my memories of that period are pretty vague, and so seeing her standing in the kitchen in that suit reminds me vividly of those sad smiles she used to give me. Hey, JB.
すぐにできるから
おとなしく待ってなさい。
Sure. JB cuts me off with a tone of voice so gentle that it almost seems like she's read my mind. And so I decide to watch her work in silence.
どうぞ召し上がれ。
Less than 15 minutes later, she places the food on the table in front of me. Looks like he's still pretty good at cooking, at least.
どうにも引っかかる言い方だけど、現状で何か問題がある？
What I'm worried about is the part that comes after the cooking. Though you might not expect it from her flesh appearance, JB's actually a pretty decent cook. But as with most people who usually eat out, she only feels the need to make something herself when she's drunk. Her usual routine involves scattering cookware vigorously all across the kitchen, then heading home without even beginning to deal with her mess.
二人で暮らしていた時は片付けだってちゃんとやっていたでしょ？
Yeah, although we stopped again as soon as I moved out.
まったく勝手知る人間を相手にするのはやりにくいわね。
As JB grumbles words of complaint, I take my first bite of the German fries, which looked up and flavored with miso. What the fuck? That's good. Is it though?
ほら見なさい。料理は美味しく作れればそれでいいのよ。
Testing this kind of brings her back, actually. JB's cooking always tasted exceptional. But even if I didn't remember that, it feels like my body itself could recognize the food I grew up with.
だったら冷めないうちに食べちゃいなさい。
Yeah, I'll do that. As I begin silently working on my food, I realize that JB is staring at me. So I'm wrong.
美味しいって言う割には美味しそうに食べないところ、まだ治ってなかったんだと思ってね。
Till a year ago, I was used to eating as fast as I could, both at work and school. Old habits die hard, I guess.
そういうところ、サチは何も言わないの？
As at the moment, she hasn't really complained. But there was one time when she suddenly asked me to smile in the middle of a meal. Guess that might have been related.
今更かもしれないけど、サチも相当変わってるわよね。
Well, yeah, if she wasn't, she probably wouldn't be marrying this freak. Well, at least she's expressing her feelings instead of bottling up inside, you know.
そう思えるところが、二人を結婚までたどり着かせた秘訣かもしれないわね。ええ、わかったわ。何か動きがあったら、また連絡してちょうだい。
When I step out into the lobby after completing my preparations, I find JB just wrapping up a phone call. Was it a work call?
仕事ってわけじゃないんだけど、最近三島崎で話題になっていた爆弾魔からまた爆弾を仕掛けるって予告があったらしいのよ。
This will be the third time, right?
ええ、過去2回の予告があって結果はいずれもブラフだから、桜田門は今回もブラフだと踏んでいるみたいだけど、三島崎に来ている私にも市ヶ谷経由で連絡が来たってわけ。
Even though this threat is another fake, I'm sure the catch is ignored completely.
そうね。具体的な設置場所はまだ明言されていないみたいだし、検問なんかが始まる前にここを出発しましょう。
Chapel. Right, I'm ready whenever you.
ってあなた、式場も制服で行くつもり？
Skaki, Miyama's arbiter of common sense, informed me that a conscientious student doesn't walk around in uniform when he can help it.
なるほど。確かにその方があなたらしいかもしれないわね。
Glad to have your approval.
あ、ちょっと待って。
As I'm starting to walk forward, JB grabs my shoulder and turns me around to face him.
ネクタイ曲がってるわよ。
Get your hands off me, you harlot!
Thanks, Mum.
So naturally, you might think we're an old married couple. With a few casual movements or fixes of my clothing. It might not sound like anything significant, but for me it brings back a lot of memories. A moment I loved died, and I lost the will to live. And I failed to concentrate and screwed up on the job. I found some to protect and reached out for help. He was there to support me, always.
はい、これでよし。
Julia,
何よ。
thank you. Feel with sincere gratitude if I'm myself expressing it in words.
そういうセリフは最後まで取っておきなさい。私だって式が始まる前から泣くわけにはいかないんだから。
For a moment I could see the surprise on JB's face, but it soon gives way to a smile. Normally I'd expect a sarcastic wisecrack or two at this point, but today I don't exactly mind seeing her sweet side.
あら、やっと新郎さんのご到着みたいね。
Arriving at the chapel just barely on time, if we find Cheezer in the lobby, we shall be receiving the guests.
すみません。途中で渋滞に捕まってしまって。
それはやっぱり、今朝から警察の動きが慌ただしいことと関係が？
ええ。一般には情報公開されないと思いますが、例の爆弾魔から警察の方に直接犯行予告があったみたいで。
しかも、未だに現場確保が行われていないということは、まだ爆発物が見つかっていないということですね。
おっしゃる通りです。
うすうすそんな気はしていたんですけど、よりにもよって今日だなんて。
まったくです。
Still, we don't have to postpone the ceremony right away, do we?
今のところは、ね。ただし、みんなに危険が及ぶかもしれないと、私やハルデラさんが判断したときは、すぐにでも中止にさせてもらうわよ。
Like once they arrive at the chapel, the bomb is in the chapel! Just fucking Jesus just looks over at JB. Should we cancel the wedding? No, we're not in danger yet. We've defused the bomb! See? As that sounds about right. Threats up until now were all basically pranks, but that doesn't mean this time was necessary to play at the time. Given that the basic goal of terrorist bombing is to hit places where many people are gathered, this is probably the best compromise they can reasonably offer. Anyways, what happened to the others? When are they going to help you with receiving the guests?
そういえば、少し前にちょっと離れますって言ったっきり、戻ってこないわね。
Hey, come on, aren't you supposed to be keeping track of your staff?
あの子たちの年齢で友人の結婚式に出席することは貴重な経験になるだろうし、いろいろ学んでほしいじゃない？
I think about learning experiences at a time like this. What a model educator.
お褒めいただき恐縮です。
She just seems to be in a good enough mood to let my sarcasm slide. Guess it isn't every day you can attend a wedding between two of your own students.
それより、あまり時間の余裕もないことだし、風見くんも早めに着替えてきた方がいいと思うわよ。
True enough. With a nod to JB, I turn and head off to my dressing room.
痛いです。
大丈夫ですか？今、ものすごい音がしましたけど。
大丈夫ではありませんが、平気です。
やっぱり、ユージの結婚を心から祝える気持ちにはなれませんか？
In before a new Star Wars sound effect.
突然何を言ってるんですか？私は一教育者として。
だとしたら、ユージの姿が見えなくなった途端に、頭を柱にぶつけるような真似はしませんよね。
ハルデラさんって結構意地悪な人だったんですね。まるで風見くんと話しているみたいです。
Some people are just naturally predetermined to be bullied.
Yeah, like
それくらいでなければ、問題児の担当官は務まりませんから。
何やら余裕のある年上女性的な発言ですけど。ハルデラさんこそどうなんです？ハルデラさんは風見くんと同居していた時期があるんですよね。その間にあらぬことが起こったりはしなかったんですか？
ノーコメント。
またそうやってはぐらかす。
別にごまかそうとしているわけではありません。同居している間も、私は生きる目的を見失ったユージに何もしてあげられずに、仕事をさせることで前を向かせた最低の人間です。そんな私がユージに抱く感情があるとしたら、それはきっと罪悪感だけでしょうから。
ハルデラさん。
でも千鶴さんにとってユージは命の恩人でしょ。
そうですね。外国の空港で突然事件に巻き込まれて、海で溺れかけていた私を見てゲラゲラ笑っているのを見た時は腹も立ちましたけど、風見くんが私を悪の手先から救い出してくれた王子様だという事実に変わりはありませんから。
ユージが王子様ですか。
でも二人がこうなってくれたことは本当に良かったと思っているんです。
それはどういう意味で？
風見くんも小峰さんも不幸と言って差し支えのない辛い過去を経験してきた。それが今自分たちの手で幸せをつかもうとしているんですから、嬉しくないはずがありません。
そう思えているんだったらすぐにいい人が見つかりますよ。
そうでしょうか。
ユージよりいい男なんてそれこそ星の数ほどいるんですから。
それを独身のハルデラさんから言われても説得力がありませんよ。
千鶴さんも結構手厳しいですね。
人のことをからかったお返しです。
そうだ、せっかく久しぶりにお会いできたんですから、今日は二人で飲みませんか？ちょうどこの近くに雰囲気のいいお店があるんです。
でもいいんですか？私はともかくハルデラさんのお仕事は何かとお忙しいんじゃ。
明日できることは明日でいいんです。それより今日しかできないことの方が大事ですから。ね？
そうですね。じゃあ今夜は大人の女だけで飲み明かしましょう。
その意気です。
As I entered the room, I found Skaki seated within, an open book on her lap.
遅かったわね、風見くん。
Yeah, I got all caught up groping a blonde's rear end and lost track of time.
これから一人の女性を愛する誓いを立てようとしている人が堂々とそんなことを言っていていいのかしら？
It's fine, but Brian's more understanding than your average deity.
それは大した信頼関係ね。
Where's Sachi now, by the way?
今頃は神父の控え室でメイクやドレスを合わせているところだと思うけれど、覗きに行く？
Nah, I've always put up with the suspense this long. Might as well save for the fun for the big moment.
それが賢明な判断だと思うわ。
So, what are you doing here?
見てわからないの？本を読んでいるのよ。
Right, I'm asking why you're reading in here specifically.
だって小峰さんばかりに人がついていては風見くんがかわいそうでしょ。だから心優しい私がここにいてあげているのよ。
Alright, I see. Excuses you down bad blockhead. So she
She even
said,
has a heart anyway?
black head. Because she has black hair.
I was on about the heart part.
I didn't even say anything with heart.
No, she said it. Kindness of her own heart. She even has
Oh,
one.
there we go.
Actually, no,
That-
wait.
that's
Last time around we kind of did.
So she
Kind of
says,
determined she did.
Willing to bet she just couldn't handle the loud celebratory atmosphere. I say, in that case, Gaga, why don't you help me practice for the kiss the bride part of the ceremony?
それはいい考えね。ちょうど時間を持て余していたところだし、ぜひお願いするわ。
Oh, and to think you once blushed bright red when I merely suggested you serve as my lap pillow. You've come a long way, Skaki.
成長とは少し違うわね。仮に私がこの場でスクール水着に猫耳をつけていたとしても、風見くんは何もしてこないと分かっているだけ。
Quite frankly, if you fucking showed up like that in a goddamn changing room of a wedding venue, I'd call the cops.
I have got a shit-eating grin right about now.
Because at that point, yeah, clearly no right in the head. Like, what next? You're gonna fucking start riding a fucking giant plush carrot dressed as a bunny? That's some confidence. What makes you say that?
私の予測では、風見くんは間違いなく親バカになる。なんなら私の処女をかけてもいいわ。
What's going on, Andre?
今まで散々外れくじをつかまされてきたもの。それくらいの目は持っているつもりよ。
I see. Suppose some people might just say Sakaki's putting up a brave front. Seeing her acting the same as always, it relays a bit of the tension I've been feeling. Probably owe her some gratitude.
何？キスの練習相手にはならないわよ。
Alright, I'm gonna change into my morning coat now. Can you help me out?
それならそうと、早く言ってちょうだい。
Guess that girl's actually pretty nervous after all.
突然だけど、ロリロリツルペタのお届けなのよ。
I remember having one of those.
ツンデレ少女、いりませんか？料理上手でとこ上手。三島崎の海が育んだ F カップが魅力なビーチはいかが？
Suddenly it becomes obvious why Yumiko wanted nothing to do with them for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know what a lolly at tsundere or a slut if got all I made.
こら、何よその態度は。こっちだって恥ずかしいんだから、ちょっと騙されたふりくらいしなさいよ。
一気に3人のおぼこをいただけるチャンスだというのに、お兄ちゃんはノリが悪すぎなのよさ。
ま、有事だからね。
It's nice that you're preparing to figure me out, but what do you want? I'm assuming you're not really here to throw yourselves at me before I become a married man.
腹をくくるって意味では近いところがあるんだけど、エッチをしに来たってわけじゃないわね。
What is it then?
私たちはなんていうか、けじめをつけに来たのよ。
Closure.
私たちは昨日の夜に会議を開いて決めたのよさ。自分の気持ちをちゃんとお兄ちゃんに伝えようって。そう。お兄ちゃんも知っての通り、私たちは二人の結婚については全面的に賛成だったでしょ？
Oh, yeah.
それはもちろん本心だし、サッチンとお兄ちゃんには本当に幸せになってほしいと思っているのよ。
Where is this going?
Yeah.
Well, they're all down bad for him, so I don't want to tell them that they're down bad so they're going to be shut down.
Or they could have an orgy, you know, for the good old times, for the good for.
One for the road, kind of
This
thing.
isn't Eden of Grisaia.
We're not there yet.
Oh. God, I forget her name, hold on. So, remember the fucking picture of UMP 45 that I posted?
Yeah.
I did respond to Morgan just saying correctional measures, and her only response was, like, what is the exact name of the emoji? Hold on, let me check. The only response was the eyes emoji.
You should send her the image I posted directly under that one.
Like, literally just this. This is the only response. And also the one you sent, she already has seen.
Oh, yeah, well, that's just called eyes.
Yeah.
だけど乙女のハートはそんな気持ちをあっさり許すほど単純にはできていないのよさ。
Just saying. It's probably a little like seeing somebody enlisted with get promoted past sergeant before you. Hard not to be a little envious.
だから私たちに振られるチャンスをちょうだい。
Huh.
I know I'm gonna reject them, but I want to go through with this anyway. At a glance, it seems like a truly ridiculous course of action, but I understand how important it is to emotionally prepare yourself for a change. In the first place, family-oriented ceremonies like weddings exist to help people come to terms with transitions in their lives. From that perspective, something like this isn't all that unreasonable. Alright.
ありがとう、ユージ。
The three of them begin to draw deep breaths, evidently trying to maintain their calm. Standing up straight, I position myself directly in front of them. For a moment, we stare at each other in silence. Mark is the first to break it.
それじゃあ私から。
むせるくらい
Someone
なら
help her. Holy
咳
shit.
払いしなきゃいいのに。
Just taking a breath
そう言
dies.
うなよ。柄にもなく緊張してんだから。
だったらさっさと言っちゃいなさいよ。私だって早く言っちゃわないと。
そうな。んじゃ気を取り直して。私、イリス・マキナはずっとお兄ちゃんのことが好きでした。
私もね、いつの間にか本当にユージのこと好きになっちゃってた。
You mean you weren't for real until a while ago?
私もあんたのことが好きです。
The gaze are steady and the words are earnest. But despite determination in their eyes, I can see a hint of anxiety wavering just beneath the surface. It won't be right to answer them with anything but the utmost sincerity. I'm sorry, but I can't accept your feelings. I've already decided that Sachi is the one and only woman for me. I'll love her for the rest of my life.
やっぱりそうなるわよね。
Nothing anyone can say is gonna change how I feel about this.
そっか。
Sorry.
ああ、ユージが謝ることないって。これは私たちが望んだことなんだから。
I just... Hold on, now I'm curious. Would you check some? Yeah. Fucking spy cam ass thing. Like, apparently I can use my fucking smart band to take a picture on my phone.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
weird.
The wonders of modern technology.
Glad to hear you say that.
それにやっぱりすっきりできたしね。
今まで横隔膜の上あたりでモヤモヤしてたのがスーッと晴れていった気がするのよ。
This is why I will always say, if you love someone, confess. Because if you end up never saying anything and they get in a relationship, you're forever gonna have this lump in your throat. Like, what if I had actually had the balls to say it?
Mm-hmm.
And even if you'll be depressed for like a day after being turned down, at least it is closure. And that is one thing the human mind will always seek. Closure. Is that really how these things work?
そう。単純そうで複雑。そして 複雑そうで単純なのが女の子なのよ。
His words might seem to be contradictory, but when I look at the brimming smile on her face, they seem oddly persuasive.
というわけで、私たちはこれから全面的に二人のことを応援するから。
サチは私たちにとっても大事な子なんだから、しっかり頼むわよ。
絶対幸せにしてあげてほしいのよさ。
Yeah, that's the plan. The words I spoke of her with Sachi's mother weren't lies or fantasies. Gotta bring her daughter happiness no matter what.
それじゃあ私たちはチズちゃんやサッちゃんの方を手伝ってくるから。
お兄ちゃんも気合を入れておめかししてくるのよ。
きっとユージの想像以上の美人になってると思うから覚悟しときなさいよね。
Usually don't mind surprises, but please don't march her out there in her underwear.
なるほど、その手があったわね。
そっちんならきっと2つ返事で OK してくれるから、映像と写真に残して永久保存版にしちゃえばいいのよさ。
鬼の子か、あんたら。
Man, what a rowdy bunch. Still, it really does feel like we've cleared up some that's been hanging over us for a while. I owe them for that, for the courage she showed at the very end. Sincerely glad I ended up in this place with those girls and my classmates. It's only because of their constant encouragement that Sachi and I made it this far in the year that's passed since the start of our relationship. I sure as hell wouldn't say this to their faces, but I'm not embarrassed to call them my comrades. I'm grateful for them for the rest of my life. Doesn't like me at all. I'm about to go face certain death or something. Just remember these words as scratch ruefully at my head. There's a sharp knock at my door.
入るわよ、ユージ。
Did you find the bomb in the altar? Opening the door in an instant later, JB steps quickly into the room. Why isn't she off chatting with Chizuru? What's the matter? Please don't tell me a job came in.
そっちの方が全然マシってくらいには最悪ね。
It's the bomber then?
ええ。ついさっき、仕掛けた爆弾は正常に作動しているって、追加の犯行声明があったらしいわ。
And as it turns out, the perpetrator was a prank-calling kid who watched too much Revi.
そうね。それならどんなに良かったことか。
Right. One look at JB's increasingly stern expression is enough to convince me that there's no laughing matter. So, did I announce where the bomb's been placed?
それが、今日三島崎で一番ハッピーな奴らに制裁を加えてやるとだけ。
Yep, Alter. The most happy people, huh? In our line of work, word happy is mostly applied to war addicts drunk on the violence or clueless civilians. But in this town, it wouldn't be easy to find many of the former. If it's the latter, it's just pointlessly vague. In that case, it's probably safe to assume he's chosen as the target based on some other criteria, but wait a second.
まさか
Just as a possible glance that pops into my head, JB seems to reach the same conclusion. Most happy people. Purely literal sense could mean those who are feeling the most joy at any given moment. And since we're the only ones holding a wedding ceremony in this chapel today, it's fair to say there are many people happier than us in all of Mission McCabe. JB, can you get a bomb squad out here right away?
それより、まずはこのことをみんなに知らせないと。
Yeah, I agree with you there.
ねえねえ、学園長の代わりに受付してたら、この式場宛てに荷物が届いたんだけど。
おお、そいつはきっと八百屋のおっちゃんあたりが結婚のお祝いにって新鮮な野菜たちを送ってきてくれたのよ。
You just grabs the package. Okay, who's the fucking emo bomber man that dropped this off?
Who is the Unabomber? Where are they?
だとしても、プレゼントボックスで野菜を
As JB and I burst into the hallway, immediately see my classmates gathering around Michiru, who's got a large gift box in her hand. Gotta be kidding. Strangely, both JB and I realized the present Michiru's holding must be the bomb in question.
お待たせ。さっちゃんのメイクアップ、無事に完了したわよ。
You know, until I got rid of the text box, you cannot tell me that looked like a school swimsuit or like a fucking onesie swimsuit.
A tankini, yeah.
ゆうくん。
Sachi. Unfortunately, Amina picks this exact moment to lead Sachi into the hall. In the brief instant I stand staring at my wife's wedding dress, Michiru reaches for the gift boxes.
それじゃあ、とりあえず開けちゃうからね。
Wait, Michiru! Back innocently, JB and I grab everyone nearby and pull them to the floor. 8, 9, 10. At the count to 10, confirming that I'm still capable of moving my body, come out of my self-defense pose and open my eyes. No immediate explosion at least.
まったく何がどうなってるのよ。
ほっぺたがジュインってなったのよ。
ちょっと何よこれ。
While everyone around her is still stunned for the moment, Michiru seems to have noticed something strange about the present she's holding.
Stop! みんなそのまま動かないで。
JB's voice rings out sternly through the air and everyone freezes in place.
それはわかりました。動くなというのはどういう。
まだ安全が保証されたわけじゃないから手短に説明するけれど、今朝最近話題になっていた爆弾魔から犯行予告があったの。
え？
そしてさっき入ってきた追加情報によれば、この式場が爆破の対象として狙われている可能性が高いわ。そこに差出人不明の荷物が届いたとなれば。
There's an extremely high chance that the gift box Michiru is holding right now contains an explosive device.
爆発物。
Don't move, Michiru.
なんでよ。
There are 2 metal bars sticking out of the cake that you're holding, aren't there?
立ってるわね。
I assume there's a metal rail in between them. Can you see a pachinko ball sitting on top of it?
乗ってるけど、それがなんだっていうのよ。
At first, the lid of that gift box was keeping the pachinko ball fixed in place. But now that stopper is no longer present. In other words, if that wobbling pachinko ball touches either of those rods, it's going to activate the detonator.
起爆装置って嘘でしょ。
Michiru stares over at me with desperation in her eyes. I quickly shake my head. Calm yourself. The flip side of this is the bomb won't go off as long as you remain perfectly still.
それは本当なんでしょうね。
Don't worry, I know a perfect way to defuse this bomb. He just walks up and takes the pachinko ball.
Hopefully there's no failed deadly in there, but oh well.
Dead
Positive
man's
on that
Cliff
note,
or
I'm gonna
something.
start
Yeah.
defusing this thing immediately.
ユージが。
Yeah, of course we're gonna be calling in a bomb squad as well, but there's no guarantee you'll be able to hold still for long enough. Glance over at Sachi. JB will explain the situation to Michiru. The small knots, they quickly leave the area. They'll handle contacting the authorities and evacuating over any other floors. One less thing to worry about.
確かにチルチルならくしゃみしちゃった拍子にケーキを落っことしちゃうなんてことも十分にあり得るのよさ。
大丈夫よ。私だってこういう時くらいは空気を読んで。
って松島さん、あなた言ってるそだから。
As Michiru begins to open her mouth wide, Makina quickly rushes over and jams a finger up her
こうやっ
nose.
て鼻の下を指で押さえればくしゃみは止まります。これ病院のじいさまが教えてくれた豆知識な。
ありがとう。マケ
え
ナ。
マケナというとヌーディストビーチがあるというハワイの。
はあ、まあさっちゃんを指導できるくらいの知識があるユージが爆弾の相手をしてくれるって言うなら安心かもね。
No resting me. If this detonator was more carefully constructed, I wouldn't be able to do anything without tools.
本気で爆発させようと思っている爆弾は解除すら不可能か。
Exactly. On the other hand, there's also a possibility I'll screw this up. I want everyone except Michiru to get out of this building while you can.
でもミチルやユージを置いて私たちだけ先に逃げるなんて。
気持ちはわかるけれど、ここはおとなしく風見くんの判断に従うべきよ。知識のない人間が残っていても邪魔になるだけだわ。
悔しいけどユミちゃんの言う通りなのよさ。
Suddenly, thanks to Kaki's Yoshi's on and mocking away, I turned my attention back to Michiru's face.
ねえユージ、あんたに任せておけば大丈夫なのよね。
And like I said just now, there's no guarantees when it comes to defusing bombs.
ちょっと それじゃあもしかしたら私の人生ここで終わっちゃうかもしれないってこと？
Do we have to go through the end of fucking route conflict from your route again? I'll do my absolute best to prevent that, trust me.
わかったわよ。
Gritting her teeth in a show of determination, Michiru managed to stop trembling, talking his heart. The line probably wouldn't have worked as so well on an ordinary bystander, but in that sense, I suppose they were lucky that it was Michiru to open that bomb.
みちる様、少しお体をお触りします。
サチ！あんた、私のために戻ってきてくれたのね。
Moments after her son reappearance, Sachi begins carefully slipping a few articles of protective athletic gear onto Michiru's body, and God knows where she got it. It's probably intended to serve as a makeshift bomb suit to offer Michiru some protection from a potential blast. Don't mind me, please continue. Sachi doesn't speak out loud, but a glance in my direction communicates her intentions clear enough. Look at this man's face. He's flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Considering what she said yesterday, I wouldn't have been surprised if she asked to handle this herself. But I guess she decided the actual bomb diffuse is beyond her current capabilities. Of course, the fact that she can make that sort of judgment call has a lot to do with why I accepted her demands. Alright, then let's get started.
Okay.
With a deep breath, I shut out the noise of the world around me and bring the utmost concentration to bear on the task at hand.
ちょっと待って。なんか聞こえない？
Well, I hear your voice.
いや、そういうことじゃなくてね。もっとこう、不吉を知らせる音っていうか、ってほら。
You're just imagining if something does happen, tough it out.
根性でなんとかなるものなのこれ。
First step of defusing any bomb is to understand it, but without using infrared, there's essentially no way to know the internal structure of this one.
こっち来た！ねえ、ちょっと、ブンブンが耳の穴の中に、耳の穴の中に！
You're distracted and be piped down, will you?
ハチはいやー！
なんで英語で言ったんですか？
サチ、取ってくれたの。
はい。まったく、みちる様は手がかかるお嬢様なんですから。
I don't know why, but I just imagine like somehow Sachi caught it without squishing it, walked over to a window and just yeeted it out.
なぜか私が悪いみたいになってるけど、両手が塞がってたら何もできないよね、普通。
The glass, it really does look like a perfectly normal cake part of a metal rod that pachinko ball. If she were here, my master would probably be saying he needs proof intuition's good enough for some equally reckless. But under these circumstances, it's true that we won't get anywhere without taking some risks. Michiru, I'm gonna touch the cake. So when I quietly lift the box out of Michiru's hands, only to discover it's much lighter than I expected. Given how little of the bomb was visually exposed, it's natural to assume that there are sensitive explosives packed in the center of the cake itself. But it feels far too light for that. That means, in order to test the hypothesis taking form of mind, to take a plastic comb out of my pocket, slowly pushing it to the center of the cake. Seems to reach the bottom without any resistance. See, so that's how it is.
そういうことって、どういうこと？
Don't meet you and the rest, question marks floating over her head. I reached down and picked the pachinko ball off the metal rails.
ちょっと！それ取っちゃって大丈夫なの？ねえ！
Well, I guess that figures. There's still no response. At this point, my theory is pretty much confirmed.
あれ？なんかもう終わっちゃったムード出てるけど。まさか、もう解除が終わったの？
Well, it didn't defuse anything, but there's no need to worry about it exploding.
っていうことは、私はもう安全ってこと？
Yeah, you could sneeze or drop the cake all you want. Won't blow up.
それは本当なんでしょうね。
What, you don't believe me? Try jumping then.
念のためにもう一度確認させてもらうけど、今、なんて？
Told you to jump up and down.
はあ？あんたいきなり何言ってるのよ。そんなのできるわけない。
いいからさっさと飛び上がってください。
うおー！
Well, didn't explode, did it?
本当だ。私まだ生きて
当然です。ゆうくんが爆発しないと言ったら絶対に爆発しませんから。
Finally convinced of her survival, Michiru tosses the cake in her hands aside and leaps dramatically towards me.
る。いやー、ユージならきっとなんとかしてくれるって信じてたわよ、私は。
Well, it's less that I came through and more that the bomb was a dummy.
まあまあ、この際ダミーでもマミーでもいいのよ。私はただ、生還の喜びをこう、ふにふにと。って、
はい。小峰幸金星。2センチ大きくなった84センチの C カップなお胸の触り心地はいかがですか？
あれ、さっきまで後ろにいたはずのサチが、なんで？
生還の喜びを共に。というのは建前で、みちる様がゆうくんとハグという状況を阻止してみました。
気持ちはわからなくもないけど、そこまでする必要あった？
It is our wedding day, you know. She might be a little oversensitive at the moment. Try to just laugh it off.
ゆうくんの言う通りです。それより今は、こうしてみんなが無事だったことを喜びましょう。
そうね。せっかくだし、サチの胸も揉んでおくことにするわ。
Sorry, why?
ところで、この爆発物がダミーだって、ゆうくんはよくわかりましたね。
In retrospect, I probably should have suspected that possibility from the start based on the fact Michiru was holding it up so easily.
じゃあ、ユージはどこで偽物だって気づいたの？
When I lift the cake, it seemed way too light.
つまり、ケーキが軽かったら偽物ってこと？
I wouldn't say that's always the case, but if the detonator is elaborate enough to use a pachinko ball, you definitely need some kind of motion sensor. That alone would have made the cake noticeably heavier than it was.
なるほど。そういうことだったんですね。
Well, in any case, for now, we should let everyone know that the cake wasn't really a bomb.
はい、その役は私にお任せください。
Sachi proceeded to leave the hall and informed the personnel to evacuate it at the building that they're in no immediate danger. Not long thereafter, a bomb squad arrived at the chapel and begins to carry out a thorough search. And about 2 hours later, JB and Chizuru come to my dressing room to report their findings.
結果が出たわよ、ユージ。
What's the word?
検索の結果は白。さっきのダミー以外に不審物とおぼしきものは見つからなかったわ。それからミチルにケーキを渡したと思われる男も会場近くの喫茶店で確保されたそうよ。
That's all good news, but considering how much trouble you gave Sakuradamon until now, it feels a bit anticlimactic.
実際3度の予告が全てダミーだったわけだし、愉快犯の最後としては順当だと思うけど。
That's right, but...
それから中断状態のままになっている結婚式のことだけど。
Right, if they secured the chapel, I'd personally prefer to go ahead with it. What do you think, Chizuru?
私は念のために日を改めた方がいいとは思うけれど、風見くんがそこまで今日にこだわる理由は何かあるの？
Today's Sachi's birthday.
それはサチの誕生日に結婚式を挙げる必要があるってこと？
Yeah, I think you're both familiar with Sachi's past. Thanks to the incidents on her 10th birthday, she's come to associate the state with her crime and all the guilt that came with it. I want to overwrite that negative image if at all possible.
そうなると、今日を逃せば次のチャンスは来年以降になるってことね。
On top of that, her birthday this year will end up being the day she couldn't get married. Might end up making the problem even worse.
自分の誕生日を入籍日や結婚式の日に選ぶ人は多いけれど、風見くんがそんなことまで考えていたとは思わなかったわ。
There's already not much else I can do for Sachi on this one. I just don't want to waste one of my limited chances.
なるほどね。
ユージの考えを聞いた上で、千鶴さんはどう判断されますか？
多分、ハルデラさんと同じだと思います。
だとしたら、このまま続行ということでいいですよね。
Jesus suddenly goes, No, fuck no! We're gonna at least go to a different fucking venue? Come on! Use your brain, you ball blonde! Except you're not ball blonde.
ええ、問題ありません。
I'm grateful to hear you say that, but are you sure?
あなたがサチのことを思っているように、私たちだってサチには幸せになってほしいと思っているってことよ。
そういうことです。
Thank you, JB. You too, Chizuru. Not quite much put on morning cup before, did I? Thanks to JB and Chizuru's efforts, we managed to get our plans for the ceremony back on track. I'm in my dressing room, staring at the formal clothes hanging on the wall. But you know, I still feel so uneasy. The perpetrator's been caught and there's no threat of an explosion. With all rights, I should be openly celebrating. The wedding's moving forward as planned. But something about this just don't sit right with me. I do tend to get anxious when things go too smoothly. Maybe the job's just made me a little paranoid.
ユージ、サチがあなたに話があるそうよ。
She does.
失礼します。
What? You're sending a dress, Sachi.
それが、ウェディングドレスは脱着に時間がかかるので、今脱ぐのは得策ではないと言われまして。
I don't think I've heard anyone talk about equipping a dress before. Anyway, what would you want to talk about?
いえ、大した用事ではないのですが、ゆうくんにお礼が言いたくて。
Girl's actually blushing. See that every day. Thank me? Why?
はい。ゆうくんが私の誕生日を結婚式の日に選んでくれた理由についてです。
He just walks past Sachi out the door. Just like looks through the fucking hallway. Where is the bitch who sang? Come on, woman. You told her already? Crap, let me see. The other time was this invitation to knock this shaggy head flying.
ハルデラさんのことを怒らないであげてください。誰かが教えてくれなければ、私は一生ゆうくんにお礼を言えないままだったかもしれないんですから。
Maybe so, but it's not like I wanted to make a big deal about it.
いいえ、ゆうくんは威張ってもいいくらいだと思います。だって、私はこんなに嬉しかったんですから。
No, don't need to find my phone. Don't need to drink. Sachi.
だから、今日結婚式の日に選んでくれて、ありがとうございます、ゆうくん。
Sachi speaks with such a gentle smile on her face, then bows her head deeply. Take everything too seriously, you know that.
感謝の気持ちをありがとうで伝えるのは大事なことです。それは未来の旦那様が相手でも変わりません。
Listen. Sachi's words bring a memory of something Kazuki told me a long time ago. It was the most stabbed pain in my heart. In that case, it seems like my thinking wasn't completely off base here. It's not to blame JB for proving that to me. Or to blame JB for proving that to me. Eagle?
Mm-hmm.
Roughly how much longer do you think the route is gonna be?
Maybe. I'm trying to remember. Maybe. I'm trying to avoid spoiling the next bit for you, but if we race through it, maybe 3/4 of an hour at most.
But that would be racing through it, so next time
Yeah.
the screen shows up, we'll end the part.
Alright.
それから、今の話とは別件で、ゆうくんとハルデラさんにお話ししておきたいことがあるんです。
私も含まれているとなると、さっきの爆弾魔の話？
はい。みちる様にケーキを届けた犯人が捕まったという話は、先ほどハルデラさんから聞かせていただきましたが、私には 数ヶ月にわたって世間を賑わせたような爆弾魔が、そう簡単に尻尾を見せるとは思えないんです。
Think so too, Sachi.
それじゃあ、ゆうくんもなんですか？
Yeah. It's hard to believe that Sakuradamon's people grabbed the wrong individual. I'm not saying I don't trust the bomb squad's judgment, but I just can't help feeling like this incident isn't over yet.
私もそう思います。
つまり、ケーキ爆弾を届けた犯人と、トイボマーが別人である可能性があると。
There's no proof either way, but it might be a little premature to assume we're no longer in any danger.
でも、仮にもう一度検索をかけるとなれば、結婚式は間違いなく延期になるわよ。
That will be unfortunate, but in our agreement with Chizuru, we promised to call the wedding off if we can't guarantee that it's safe.
私も、ゆうくんの考えが分かっただけで十分ですから。
分かったわ。あなたたちがそう言うなら、もう一度千鶴さんと相談して。
So as JB begins to state the conclusion she's reached, the room's phone abruptly begins to ring. Phone call at a time like this.
状況が状況ですし、何か用があるとしたら、直接言いに来るのが普通だと思いますけど。
だとすれば、ユージたちの予想が当たっているかもしれないわね。
Right. Signaling JB to keep a careful eye on the area, slowly pick up the phone. Hello?
やあ、風見裕二くん。
Oh, would you look at that? It's emo bomber man. I'm going to rip your fucking head off and stuff it down your ass. The instant I speak and receive an oddly familiar voice answers me. For some reason you're talking to me like an old acquaintance. I'm pretty sure I don't know you.
トイボマーって知らない？三島崎では割と有名だと思うんだけど。
Ah, so you're the one who's responsible for all that.
そうそう。それに、僕たちは一度会っているじゃないか。ちょっと前に三島崎の商店街で会話を交わしたはずなんだけど。もう忘れちゃったかな？
I see, you're the man with the cologne who asked us this question, right?
やっと思い出してくれた？嬉しいな。そう。僕があの時の香水男だよ。
Like he just walks over to the window, just grabs his sniper rifle, pulls one shot. On the other side of the phone, you just hear the sound of someone falling over.
That would be pretty cool.
Now I get it. That man in the crowd was Chai Bomber, then it's no surprise he knew about our vetting in detail. In retrospect, that sweet odor underneath his cologne might have been the lingering scent of explosive powder. All fits perfectly. So, what exactly do you want from me, Mr. Toy Bomber? See Sachi and JB's face got tense as the words Toy Bomber.
いや、何？今日は君たちの結婚式だから、お祝いの言葉を送ろうと思っただけだよ。
Couldn't you have just sent a nice telegram, then?
ああ、そういえばそんなものもあったね。でも、祝電よりもっといいプレゼントを用意しておいたから、ぜひ受け取ってよ。
Present.
そう。どこかのバカがヘマをやらかしたせいで、今のヘイエースが登場した時は、さすがに肝を冷やしたけど、その会場にはまだ、僕が仕掛けたとっておきの爆弾が残っているんだからさ。
Figured as much.
驚いたな。もしかして、爆弾の存在に気づいていたのかい？
Wasn't sure, but you did say something about the bomb functioning properly in your follow-up message. Assuming that statement was the truth, it would be a little strange for you to send over a dummy that didn't even have a firing mechanism.
すごいね。たったそれだけの引っかかりを気にするなんて。
Besides, if it wasn't your shoes, I'd start over with 2 bluffs and hit with an actual bomb just as everyone's getting complacent.
大正解。君、テロリストに向いているよ。というかその思考、ただの学生じゃないね。やけに良かった姿勢といい。もしかしたら、特殊な学校を卒業してたりするのかな？
Things just got a lot more complicated. This guy's got a background anything like mine. Probably won't have difficulty procuring and using explosive powder. In other words, it's not very likely that he's planted another dummy in this building. It's probably a bomb with some considerable power. Okay, I'm gonna go get to the point. Why exactly are you telling me about your bomb? What do you want?
風見くんは 商店街で僕に言った言葉を覚えているかな？
Sorry, but I'm not diligent enough to memorize every conversation I've had with a stranger.
ああ、そう。まあ、そんなことはどうでもいいけど、俺の命がある限りは、どんな脅威からも守り続けると約束しよう。だから僕は、その言葉を証明してほしいだけなんだ。そう。こちらが物をお願いする立場だから、もちろん爆弾を仕掛けた場所も教えるよ。爆弾が仕掛けられているのは、今君がいる新郎の控室にあるダクト。その奥。
Inside the duct. At a glance, there's only a single ventilation duct in this room. The inside's probably pretty narrow, but pretty
ちなみ
narrow.
に、爆弾の構造も正しい手順を踏めば、ちゃんと解除できるように組んである。でもその部屋のダクトって狭いだろう？きっと君の体じゃ入れないよね。そんな場所に爆弾を仕掛けるのは僕も苦労したよ。
Seriously, that's a game. Defusable bomb that he can't defuse. He set me a puzzle and now he wants me to solve it. By the way, did you program a time limit of the
も
bomb?
ちろんさ。ああ、ちなみに余計なチャチャが入ったせいで残り時間は30分しかないから気をつけてね。
30 minutes, huh? If you have that much time, why bother playing along? You should be able to get everyone in the cabin to safety.
今それだけ時間があれば安全に避難できるって思ったね。やっぱり君は察しがいい。でもその時間は解除に使ってもらうための時間だ。みんなでその会場から逃げようとしたら、その時点で爆発させちゃうからね。ねえ、どうする？君がどんなにすごい人間でも、僕が仕掛けた爆弾は君の手の届かないところにある。そんな状況でどうやって大切な人を守るのかな？
I'm your
Send in
plum.
the small child.
We've got 30 minutes and I'll take care of it by then.
この状況でまだ強がりが言えるんだ。
If you think it's just bravado, then sit back and watch while I put your efforts to
あ、
waste.
そう。じゃあ、せいぜい頑張ってよ。
Did you get the gist of that? JB and Sachi nod quietly.
電話の相手はトイボマーで、有効性のある爆発物がどこかのダクトに仕掛けられている。そうよね。
Now it's more inside this building. He said it wasn't the ventilation duct that begins in the room we're standing in.
そんな、もしそうだとしたら、どうやってさっきの検索をパスしたっていうの？
A number of possible reasons come to mind, but he informed me of its specific location and it's designed to be diffusable. Don't think he's bluffing.
だとしたら厄介ね。仕掛けられた爆弾が本当に解除可能だったとしても、あの大きさのダクトに入って作業できる人間は限られてくる。
I mean, the entire setup's clearly that Sachi goes in there to defuse.
Yeah, but Machina would be funnier.
Mocking it would cause it to explode immediately.
Yeah. Let's do chaos theory.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you drove the thing in there using this kind of modified RC vehicle. It's a relatively popular guerrilla warfare tactic.
それで
FPV drone
爆
has
発
been
まで
done
の
now.
タイムリミットはあるの？
And what he said was true, we have 30 minutes left.
30分。
Murmuring to herself, JB glances down at her watch and retrieves a handful of PC from the pocket against the tablet's keyboard.
時間に猶予があるなら爆発物処理班の人たちを呼び戻すというの。
それは今やっているけど、ここに到着するまでに少なくとも20分はかかるわ。それからダクトの中にロボットアームを伸ばして作業するとなると、とてもじゃないけど間に合わない。だとすれば解除を諦めて会場内の人間を避難させるし
That's
か。
not an option either. He threatened to detonate the bomb the moment we tried to escape the building.
そんな。
それじゃあ
We're pretty much out of luck. I'll be capable of using the bomb, but there's no way I'll fit inside that duct. Besides, if I try to make a run for it, we'll get an immediate game over. The threat's clear and ambiguous, but all we can do is wait for death, painfully aware of our helplessness. Rather than just killing us, forcing us into this impossible situation was probably the bomber's primary objective. In that case, there's only one option left.
ユージ、あなたまさか。
As I reach my conclusion, I find myself remembering what someone once told me about XOs who managed to command their own submarines. When circumstances force you to weigh two things against each other, a captain has to be capable of making a calm, rational decision. That's the nature of the test in front of me, and I'll answer it without hesitation. Can you do this, Sachi?
はい。ちょっと待って。本当にサチに爆弾の解除を任せるつもりなの？
You're aware that I've been training her in the handling of explosives, right?
ええ。あなたたちがやっていたことも、サチは飲み込みが早い優秀な人材だってことも知っているわ。でも、サチはあくまで一般人なのよ。いくらなんでも危険すぎるわ。
I'm unaware of the risks, but if we just sit here and wait, the odds of everyone in this building getting out alive are low. The only way to avoid that outcome is to have Sachi crawl into that duct and attempt to defuse the bomb.
そうだとしても、他に手段がないからといって、すべてをサチに委ねるだなんて、わかってるの、ユージ。サチはあなたの結婚相手なのよ。
The fact that you'd even bring that up tells me you're not thinking straight, JB. You're an officer who's been forced to make snap life or death decisions countless times. This idea probably occurred to you before I even brought it up, right?
それは...
Sachi can do this. I want to propose this plan if I thought otherwise.
はい。もし私に任せていただけるなら、必ず爆弾を無力化してみせます。
二人とも本気で言っているの？
Okay, at this point we probably should just fucking play through the entire thing. Like I assumed like there's gonna be like a fade to black immediately. Nah, there's not gonna be a fade to black for the next fucking hour or so.
私が頼りない存在だということは十分に理解しているつもりです。それでも自分にできることをせずに最悪の結果を迎えてしまったら、私は死んでも死にきれません。
サチ。
That is the conclusion we've reached. I'm not saying you have to approve, just accept that it's our best option at the moment.
お願いします、ハルデラさん。
わかったわ。
Nodding decisively, JB once again begins to tap away on her pocket PC. Expect his contacting Ichigaya to inform them of our current situation and plan. Thanks, Yulia. Even by the sense of Ichigaya and Nakasaka, JB is a remarkably talented and intelligent officer. She must have thought of his plan right away, and the fact that she didn't suggest it herself proves how much she cares about us.
Yuka.
Right. Sachi's face is filled with determination. For a moment, I stared quietly into her eyes. This is up Sachi, I'm a useless bum who's sending his own bride off to deal with the time bomb. So you damn well better complete your mission and come back safe, if only to give me a piece of your mind.
わかりました。でも、私が戻ってくるのは、大好きな人によくやったなと褒めてもらうためですからね。
Oh no, poor Yuri. She started playing Overwatch.
Poor, huh?
Steam notification told me that Yuri started playing Overwatch, so I said, poor Yuri, he's playing Overwatch. That works too, it's a promise.
はい、約束です。ごめんね。
After nodding firmly in answer to my words, Sachi begins to cut the hem of her dress with a pair of antique scissors that were lying on the nearby table.
これならそれなりに動ける。
いい、サチ。もし自分には無理だと判断したら、すぐに引き返すのよ。
申し訳ありませんが、そのお約束はできません。
わかったわ。あなたにそれだけの覚悟があるのなら、もう何も言わない。
This JB puts a hand to Sachi's cheek and kisses her gently on the forehead.
これは幸運のおまじないよ。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Wasn't exactly a pep talk, but we said what needed to be said. The three of us proceed to push all the room's furniture together. Once our makeshift staircase is complete, Sachi climbs carefully up it and opens the ventilation duct's cover. How does it look inside? Think you can squeeze in there?
中はかなり狭そうですが、肩が入ったので問題ないかと思います。
Alright then, the rest is up to you,
はい、
Sachi.
小峰幸、行ってまいります。
Sachi replies to me without turning back, then slides herself carefully into the duct. I watch until she's disappeared from view and sit down heavily on the floor.
本当に行かせてしまったわね。
Yeah,
こういうことがあるたびに自分が命令を出すだけのスーツ組であることを呪いたくなるわ。
There's no reason for you to put yourself down. The company needs a brain that makes rational decisions. It's what allows the limbs to put their lives on the line.
そうだとしてもよ。
Besides, I don't know who should be dwelling on my uselessness. This guy's picked a fight with me and I'm sending off my woman to stand in my place. Doesn't get much worse than that.
じゃあ市ヶ谷の工作員たるもの、手が出せない場所の脅威でも念動力で何とかしてみせるべきだと。
Isaac might have been able to figure out some way to deal with this one on your own.
タラレバの話をしている暇があったら飯を食えって言っていたのも朝子じゃなかったかしら。
Honestly, it's such a pain dealing with someone who knows you.
それはお互い様よ。
Still, like I said before, I didn't send Sachi because she's our only option. It's because I trust her. My training was unofficial, so I couldn't exactly give her a badge. But I taught her basically everything I know about explosives and how to handle them. When you add Sachi's problem-solving skills and determination to the mix, even a fairly complex bomb shouldn't be too much for her to handle.
多少複雑なって、あなたたちがやっていた訓練はそこまで本格的なものだったの？
Yeah, I guess so. In the beginning, I wasn't sure I should take it that far. But once you actually talked it out, I realized that's just our way of doing things.
そう。ユージもサチもお互いのことを信頼しているのね。
But you pick someone you don't trust to wipe your ass when you're a senile old coot.
それくらいの軽口が言えれば、I-9029 が使い物にならなくなる心配はなさそうね。
Last year, how about you? Remember what your job is yet?
ええ。工作員が集中して作業できる環境を用意するのも担当官の仕事。私はこれからホールに出て、何かの弾みでパニックが起こらないように監視するわ。
Before you go, I have a favor to ask.
頼まれてほしいこと？
Yeah. If we're able to successfully defuse that bomb, I want you to hold the vetting as planned.
結婚式を続けるって本気なの？
Of course, we have to capture that bastard who's doing his best to ruin it and ensure the building's completely safe first. But I'm pretty sure he's somewhere in this chapel right now. At the very least, not too far away. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have been able to place that phone call in my room with such impeccable timing. Given the many ways we could try to fool him, I doubt he'd have threatened to set up the bomb the moment we tried to escape unless he was here to keep an eye on us.
確かに私もその可能性が高いと思うけど、お互いの顔を知っているユージが動くのは危険だし、何かいい手があるの？
Yeah, one of my classmates happens to have the nose of a police dog. Another learned Kazumi-style super self-defense from the master himself. Give him a body press flat against a cold sheet of iron on the duct, I crawled my way slowly towards its depths. The entrance was tight enough that I wasn't completely sure even I could fit, but there's a little bit more wiggle room on the inside. I should have enough space to defuse the bomb itself. Hi.
Look how serious she looks.
Game face.
今はそんなことを気にしてる場合じゃない。
Take a minute to manage a distracting thought that briefly popped in my mind. Right now, I have to focus solely on what's in front of me. Unless I defuse the bomb that's been planted in the back of this duct, my wedding won't be the last of anyone's worries. My friends might lose their lives. I absolutely cannot allow that to happen. I don't know what sort of bomb awaits me or whether its structure will even be familiar to me. The fact that I don't even know if the bomb was truly planted here, it's impossible not to be anxious. Yukon tells me that pessimistic thoughts are merely proof that I'm properly evaluating potential risks, but I can't allow myself to be paralyzed by the weight of my fears. Yukon and Harudera left this task in my hands because they trust me. If they didn't believe me capable, I'm positive they would have looked for another solution until the very last possible moment. So I wanted very much to reward them for placing their faith in me. Yes.
1年前の今日だって、ゆうくんは私のことを信じて、お母さんに会うことを勧めてくれた。
Which is the worst fucking good and bad end choice to this day in this game still. Like every other choice is something the main character does that decides on the outcome. While hers is something she does, which immediately makes the choice the main character did to be a 50-50 gamble with his lover's life, essentially. That will never stop pissing me off, by the way. Choices should always be decisions the main character makes. The moment it's a decision another character makes, it suddenly becomes like, oh, so, the main character Lucci had no fucking say in the matter.
それなのに、私は自分で答えを出すことができなくて、結局ユウくんに助けられてしまった。でも、今の私は、あの時の私じゃない。
I know he's dead. You know what actually is a good moment? You wanna go take a piss break?
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, I'm pausing the recording. And we're back, but Bud is gone now.
Yep.
He's dead. Not
But-
actually, but you know.
Temporarily.
Temporarily deceased. He's going
Dead
to,
for tax reasons.
He's going to rise again like the third coming of Christ.
Third coming? Whatever happened to the idea of a phoenix?
Nah, boring.
誰かのお願いだから、いい子でいなければいけないから、やるんじゃない。自分自身の意志で、私は今、この場所にいる。守られるばかりじゃなく、ユウくんの役に立ちたいと考えているなら、自分にそれができることを証明してみせる必要がある。だから、
Can't worry Yukon any more than I already have. I have to handle this on my own. As these words flash from my mind, I feel my heart thump loudly in my
そう
chest.
か。これが、ユウくんが抱いていた気持ちなんだ。
Yukon has always been fighting the fear and uncertainty I'm experiencing right now. That's why it doesn't go into detail about his job, as he keeps us away from it. If we knew the truth in full, we'd no doubt have been paralyzed by anxiety. It was a kindness on his part.
その気持ちを、私は理解しようとしなかった。
Based on my childish assumptions, I decided that I understood Yukon's struggles, but my own desire to help him first and then bother to truly consider his feelings. I was acting exactly like the selfish child I used
そ
to be.
のことに、やっと気づくことができた。
God, I don't know why, but I just randomly remembered fucking... God, what was the English title? World Break at the end... Aria of Curse for a Holy Swordsman. That was the English title. Japanese title was what again? Seiken Sky no Wild Break. Yeah, there we go. Where, like, for some reason, like, once every episode, the main character would just suddenly say like, something to the effect of, I remember. Because the entire thing is, like, so formulaic, where every episode, main character gets into a problem, remembers shit from one of his 2 past lives, because the entire setting of the show is that you essentially gain powers based on how you lived your past life, I guess you could say. Like, essentially, you get memories from your past life, which manifests in the form of powers. And the main character, for some reason, has 2 past lives, which is not supposed to be a thing. But yeah, nearly every episode, it's so formulaic. Something happens that he can't deal with right now. He remembers something, says, I remember, does the thing that fucks up the threat. And in one episode specifically, where, funny enough, he invades Russia.
Right.
He
It's
says
normally
it like,
not intelligent, but
he says it like 10 times. And it is always funny to me.
Knowing how this goes historically, why on earth invade Russia?
Oh, because Russia sent an agent to take him down, but the agent ended up not wanting to take him down because it's a female agent and he's the main character of a harem series.
Oh, and she did the inevitable
And the bitch that is like the highest like person with magical abilities in Russia, where every nation, like a lot of nations, are assigned like someone with the highest ability, and only like 7 of them overall have reached like the absolutely highest. And the witch from Russia decided she didn't like the fact that the main character was reaching that power level as well. So to try to assassinate him, the agent didn't want to fucking off him, so she decided to like essentially almost blow up something that the assassin had to off both the assassin and him, and he didn't like that personally, so he starts inviting Russia in order to get to her.
Huh.
This is a very rough recollection from a show that I have watched years ago at this point.
Right.
I also specifically remember that I watched it again, like I rewatched it because I watched it as well with a friend of mine while we were over at his place. And I remember specifically because one soundtrack, he just sat there like, hey yo, that sounds like a fucking soundtrack from K. By K I mean like the K Return of Kings thing. Which is so fucking funny to me. Which K Return of Kings did have some good ass fucking soundtracks.
だから今度こそ間違わない。ちゃんと伝えるんだ。私が今感じているこの気持ちを。あれは。
Bomb. 10 minutes ago, huh? Alone in my room, which JB left some time ago, I uttered quietly to myself. 10 minutes from now, everyone in this building might well be dead. Given the circumstances, should probably be having my life flash before my eyes or sentimentally reflecting my regrets and such. But oddly enough, I'm almost completely calm. My faith in Sachi completely has something to do with, definitely something to do with that. However, there is also some more solid ground for optimism. Specifically, the fact that the bomb wasn't discovered during the initial search is actually a very good sign. When you're looking for a bomb, standard procedure is to look for sounds detected by electrical signals such as clock pulses. Given that this bomb wasn't detected using those methods, it's reasonable to assume that the bomb in the duct is an old-fashioned number that doesn't use much in the way of electronic equipment. In other words, the bombers claim that it's impossible to defuse as long as you follow proper procedure seems more credible than it otherwise might. Still, those searches aren't always accurate. If they just didn't find it, it's actually too complicated for Sachi to handle. What if she set up another bomb apart from the one in the duct? No matter how I tried to avoid thinking about the worst case scenario, they flashed through my mind one after another. God damn it! There's no point racking my brains about this now. No matter how many times I sigh, it's not going to make Sachi's job any easier. She's going to succeed. Thinking about her returning triumphant. Once you've pulled the trigger, all you can do is pray it isn't any different. Of course, now I get it. I do trust her, but regardless, I just can't help worrying myself sicko about her. This has to be exactly how Sachi feels, waiting for me to return after JB's called me out into this field. I really discussed the details with her. But she must be worried sick anyway. When I think about it, no matter how much Sachi insists, I wasn't worried in the slightest. She always seems to be waiting for me outside school gates. I understand why. It's a coping mechanism of a stubborn honor student. That's just the way you are. Probably a failure of a boyfriend for taking so long to remember that. But at least I finally managed to catch on. Until now, I've always just been accepting Sachi's demands. That's not the same as actually understanding her feelings. Now that I can see the difference, it's made things a lot clearer for me. Something I really need to say to you. So make sure you get back here in one piece, Sachi. Ah! The instant I speak that name, a sudden blow knocks the air from my lungs. What is this? Was I just attacked? I underestimated him. Didn't think he'd use the bomb as a distraction, come after me directly. Shamed by my carelessness and furious at me, I managed to pull myself together, but as I opened my eyes.
小峰幸、ただいま戻りました。
With dust on her nose and a smile on her face, Sachi appears before me. Sachi?
今、私の名前を呼びましたよね。
Well, I spoke your name, but why are you here? No, wait, if you're back... What, back here, what happened to the bomb? Our time's almost...
すみません。爆弾ならここにあります。
Sachi holds out an object she was carrying against her chest for my inspection.
レンガのような凹凸のないフォルムにむき出しのネジが4つ。典型的なトラップ型です。ネジを緩めなければ内部にアクセスできない構造をしていますから、解除可能な爆弾というのはトイボマーさんの嘘だったみたいですね。
In a surprising calm tone of voice, Sachi concisely communicates the most crucial facts and nothing more.
おまけに残り時間はあと3分しかありません。まさにユウくんの言っていた万事休すというやつです。
You don't seem particularly panicked, considering.
だってユウくんなら必ず何とかしてくれる。そうですよね。
He just looks at the bomb, looks at Sachi, looks back at the bomb, looks back at Sachi, smiles, fucking yeets it out the window. Not our problem now! If you got a bomb that can't be confused or countdown, it won't be stopped. 10 out of 10 people will probably call the situation totally hopeless, but Sachi's gaze is clear and steady. In the depths of her eyes, there's a strength of will that's clearly different from anything I've seen in her before. Yeah, I'll take it from here. After patting Sachi set to brush the dust from her hair, I grabbed the bomb and set off at a dead run. As I slammed open the door and burst into the dressing room, I immediately spot the startled male employee standing nearby. Where's the kitchen? Make it quick, please.
厨房ですか？
Given the capacity of such venue, there's gotta be a kitchen where they store food for receptions, right?
はい、あります。
Oh, in
厨房な
the
ら
fridge.
受付の左奥にある通路をまっすぐ進んだ先の突き当たりを左です。
Thanks for your help.
ところでその小脇に抱えた箱のようなものは。
Can't you tell it's a bomb?
あ、なるほど、爆弾ですか。
As the blood drains from the man's face, I set off running once again. Right, this is fine. From the start, our feelings were in conflict. But by trying to make things easier on Sachi, just left her fearful and frustrated. On the other hand, by trying to be more useful, Sachi ended up making me the anxious one. The only thing that keep just teetering scale and balance is our absolute trust in each other. You're willing to believe in me, then I'll do everything I can to repay that trust. Of course, the fact that we found our answer doesn't mean the countdown's going to stop. Even now, the bomb's primitive digital display is ticking steadily down towards the time limit. Under these circumstances, there's only one thing I can do: limit the damage from the inevitable explosion to a bare minimum. Nothing more, nothing less. Here we go! The kitchen's exactly where the man said it would be, and when I burst inside, I immediately spot the object I was hoping to find. In order to blunt the force of an explosion, you want a space to contain the blast and a way to cut off the oxygen necessary for combustion. There's only one thing in this entire building that fits the bill: a thick industrial refrigerator made from stainless steel.
I think that may be a typo.
Yeah, it is. And also, he's doing the reverse. He's doing the reverse Indiana Jones.
Yep. The bomb is the vessel.
Yeah. Throwing
Not the
over
bomb,
the
sorry, the fridge
refrigerator.
is the vessel.
Throwing over the refrigerator is where I place a bomb on its mid-level. After tossing in ingredients at random to fill as much of the remaining space as possible, I carefully ease the door shut again. Alright. Lastly, I lower myself to the kitchen floor, bracing my legs against the canister and my back against the fridge. Hopefully my weight will be enough to keep the door from flying open. Now, I guess we just cross our fingers and wait. This one's coming down to a nice simple conclusion. If I can withstand the force of the blast, I win. If I can't, our charming friend on the phone wins. But even if there's more explosives than that thing that I'm expecting, the blast probably won't hurt Sachi or the guests in the lobby area. Works for me. As long as I can protect the people I care about. As long as I can protect Sachi. Just as my heart's filling with an indescribable sense of satisfaction, the ear-splitting ear-splitting roar of an explosion fills the air. In the same instant, I'm rocked by a blow that seems to hit every part of my body simultaneously. My senses desert me. I can't tell if I'm still sitting on the floor. I'm not even sure if I'm alive or dead. Come down. That thing wasn't big enough to blow away the entire building, no matter how powerful the explosives were. Repeating those words silently to myself, I drifted back towards consciousness, and little by little I regained awareness of my own body. My ears are full of a high and pleasant ringing sound. My back and neck are stinging with pain. I've probably suffered a number of burns. That's a minor problem, of course. If I'm feeling pain, my injuries aren't severe enough that I'm likely to die.
ユウくんなら必ず何とかしてくれる。そうですよね。
Right, I've still got something I need to do. Don't have time to be lazing around in here. When I forced my eyes open through an effort of will, they're immediately stung by the smoke that's drifting around the area. However, the kitchen itself doesn't seem to have changed dramatically. It's clear the explosion was relatively small in scale. Yeah, one after all. As I listen to the sound of a fire dying out behind me, the words slip out of my mouth. I don't quite have the strength to stand up yet. I should recover soon enough. All of a sudden, Sachi rushes into the room looking exactly as she did when I left her. Sachi, everything's alright on your end?
はい。今のところ、この部屋以外で爆発があった形跡はありません。それより、ゆうくんの方こそ大丈夫なんですか？あの爆発物が、ここで爆発したんですよね。
Yeah, since we couldn't disable the timer, the only option was to minimize the damage that the bomb did.
だからってこんな、冷蔵庫に密閉して、自分の体で抑え込むなんて、無謀にも程があります。
Well, I got off with only a few burns in the end. Not too bad.
やけどをかろうじてはいけません。程度によっては一生皮膚呼吸ができなくなる場合だってあるんですから。
Oh, right.
そうだったなって。
I'm still a little out of it, aren't I?
ゆうくんを追いかけていたら爆発音が聞こえて、どれだけ私が心配したか。
Don't think I've ever seen Sachi quite this flustered, though.
ゆうくん。
We took care of the bomb that Lunatic planted. We succeeded. That's the only reason I'm looking at Sachi's face right now.
もしかして、どこか痛めているんですか？
Given that, I guess it would be natural to throw my arms around her joyfully. But honestly, I can't quite bring myself to wholeheartedly celebrate this
返事
outcome.
をしてください、ゆうくん。
It's because I ended up worrying Sachi in the end. It's because I'm still more than a little woozy. But at the moment, there's some that concerns me more than my own injuries or the bomber's himself. Sorry, Sachi. I didn't spare thought for your feelings.
どうしてゆうくんが謝るんですか？
Like he just says sorry, doesn't spare a thought for your feelings, Sachi. It's like, are you dying? That sounds like someone who's dying would say.
もし謝る必要があるとしたら、それは爆発物をゆうくんに預けることしかできなかった私の方で。
I'm talking about your wedding dress. You're so excited about wearing it too. Well, I'm making you cut it apart like that. Really, I'm sorry.
ゆうくんはどうしてそういうことを言うんですか？ずっと考えないようにしていたのに、私なんかより自分の方がずっとボロボロなのに、今そんなことを言われたら私涙が止まらなくなってしまいます。
And a good Sachi. After wiping away her tears with my fingers, I reached up and pat her head gently.
ゆうくんは本当にずるいです。普段は女の子心に鈍感なくせに、こういう時だけ察しがいいんですから。
Sure, he can't exactly come with the world's most sensitive man, but Sachi spent a ton of time choosing that dress, and she went out of her way to keep it a surprise for the day. I can understand how it must feel to see it ruined. When I was waiting for you to crawl back out of the duct, I realized just how much I've been worrying you all this time. Yeah, that's why I can tell what you're thinking right now.
それが本当だとしたら、ちょっと困ってしまいます。
Troublesome? Kinda figured you'd be happy about it.
困るのは、嬉しすぎて、せっかく止まった涙がまた流れてきてしまいそうになったからです。
Yeah, really prefer if you
こ
didn't.
こは嘘でもそんなことないって言ってくれるところだと思いますよ。
That's just the way I am. You understand that by now, right?
そうですね。やっと分かった気がします。私のことを思って頑張ってくれていたゆうくんの気持ちが。
Not a fact.
はい。
In this moment, we finally connected in the way two people who want to spend the rest of their lives together should be. There's no need to state that fact out loud. The smiles on our faces speak more eloquently than
でも
words.
これまでは学園長さんと春寺さんのおかげでなんとかなっていましたけど、これだけの騒ぎになってしまったら さすがに結婚式は中止ですよね。
I think it's a little early to assume that. Not to repeat myself, but I really don't want to let some stupid lunatic ruin our wedding for us.
それは私も同じ気持ちですが、他にも爆弾が仕掛けられている可能性は捨てきれません。それにウェディングドレスだって。
Well,
ユージ、サチ、二人とも生きてたら返事して。シムナー、サッチ
My fucking you just Jesus Christ, don't fucking yell. There's someone suffering from shell shock here.
Yeah, somebody probably even partially deaf in one ear, holding the door shut.
As you guys would pick this moment to
も
show
し
up.
かしてお邪魔だったかしら。
Being a bit cool as usual.
それまさかあれだけのことがあったのにこんなところで。信じられない。アンビリバボらんない。
Babble is what you do, certainly.
Well, I can't believe your complete lack of common sense.
憎まれ口は相変わらずみたいで安心したけど、あれだけの爆発音がすれば飛んでくるのは当然でしょ。会場がパニックになっていないのはロビーで避難誘導をしている千鶴さんのおかげなんだから。
Right, I'll have to thank her
それ
later.
でこれはどういう状況なの？
Well, to cut a long story short, we found the bomb in a duct right where he said it would, and I took it here where it
な
exploded.
るほど。フリーザーで威力を殺したわけね。まったく無茶をして。
Turned out all right in the end.
ええ、ユージもサチも本当によくやってくれたわ。
ありがとうございます。
それに私たちの方からもいい知らせがあるわ。
いい知らせ？
ええ、あなたたちの結婚式を散々引っかき回したトイボマーを捕まえたわ。最初は半信半疑だったけど、アマネとマキナにあんな特技があったなんて知らなかったわ。
人を警察犬代わりに使うなんてユージもひどいよね。みんなの前でふんふん鼻を鳴らすの結構恥ずかしかったんだから。
私は最初にちょろっと大声を出しただけで、あとは JB の姉子がやっちゃったから拍子抜けだったのよさ。
私もそれなりに頑張ったんだから感謝しなさいよね。
松島さんは二人の様子を後ろから眺めていただけでしょ。
あれ、そんなこと言っちゃっていいの？ユミコさんなんて出口のところでじっとしてましたよね。
Well, yeah, making sure he doesn't fucking run out.
あれは逃げ道を塞いでいたのよ。
そうだったんだ。
まあチルチルが残念な感じなのはいつものことなんだし、今は拳を突き上げて勝利を喜ぶべきなのよさ。
うんうん。マキナもたまにはいいこと言うわね。
That's fun. I guess the only question is whether we can hold the
そこ
ceremony.
は私と千鶴さんが頑張ればいいだけじゃない。
You wanting to help, JB?
そのためにここまで頑張ったんでしょ。
Yeah. We still haven't begun to repay them for all the help they gave us when we blew up the school. But it seems like our debt's about to get even
で
bigger.
すが、このまま結婚式が続けられることになったとしても、このドレスはもう。
そこはほら、経験豊富な天音さんの出番じゃない？実はそのドレスの破れ方を見て思いついたんだけど、私にいい考えがあるのよね。
キヨさん、もうすぐさっちゃんとユージくんの結婚式が始まるらしいよ。
今日の式は爆弾が見つかって中止になったんじゃなかったのか。
その爆弾は偽物で、偉い人が会場の中を調べても問題なかったから、2時間後に再開されるって話になっていただろう。
いやいや、私が言ってるのはその後の話だよ。
その後？
ああ、なんでもその後に本物の爆弾が見つかって厨房で大爆発したって話さ。
はあキヨさんは何を言ってるんだい？いくらなんでもそんなことがあるわけないだろう。
私もそう思うけど、学園長さんと金髪の外人さんが そんなことを話しているのを聞いた気がするんだよ。
そりゃキヨさんが見た夢だったんじゃないかい。きっとここで休憩してる間にうたた寝しちゃってたんだよ。
そうだね。あたしも今年で80だし、そういうこともあるかもしれない。
I don't think my grandmother is going to be happy about the fact that she's the same age as a old lady character in one of these.
Just don't tell her about it. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be telling my
海岸沿いにあの
97-year-old
バカでかい学園ができてからもう2年だ。
数年前にまるで刑務所みたいな学園が立つって聞かされた時は反対する人も多かったけれど、実際に学園運営が始まってみれば何の心配もいらなかった。
そうだね。最初に来た由美子ちゃんは無口だったけど、挨拶すればちゃんと返事をしてくれるしっかりした子だったし、その後にやってきたあまねちゃん、みちるちゃん、まきちゃん、さっちゃんもみんないい子で、なんでこんな子たちが親元を離れて一人暮らしをしなきゃいけないんだろうって考えたもんさ。
それもきっとあたしら大人のせいなんだろうね。
Okay, we get it, but this isn't a Persona game, okay? Let's keep no good adults out of this.
だからこそそんな子たちの晴れ舞台を大人の私たちが精一杯お祝いしてあげるんだろう。
Pardon me, and then meant shitty adults. Gotta use the right phrasing.
絹さんの言う通りさね。あたしは今日のために電気屋さんで一番いいビデオカメラを買ったんだからね。
いいのかいキヨさん。また息子夫婦に怒られるよ。
いいんだよ。今日は年に一度あるかないかのおめでたい日なんだから。
Don't know what the
$1?
yeah.
Congratulations. How many more times have I heard that word alone? Today alone. When people speak of it, there's generally a smile on their face. Well, that's why it warms my heart like this. I don't think I ever would have known how this feels if I'd spent my life trudging silently from one Ichigai job to the next. This is my life now. This is the path I've chosen. And the people around me approve of it. They're encouraging me to move forward. Kazuki died, my parents died, Hasaku died. From a very young age, I knew death. I knew the ugliest side of human nature. For a time, I couldn't even find a reason to live. But now that I've reached this moment, I'm starting to think a day might come when I can look back on that miserable past and see that even it had meaning. Above all else, I'm about to marry the woman I love, knowing that everyone wishes as well. I don't think there's any greater happiness for a man.
ユージ、ちょっと聞いてるの？ユージ。
No, what is it? Oh, what? Just you, JB?
なんだじゃないでしょ。せっかく結婚式が行われることになったのに、ぼーっとしてどうしたのよ。
Well, I was looking back on my life, I guess.
確かにあれだけのことがあれば、人生の一つや二つ、振り返ってみたくなっても不思議じゃないわね。
Wonder bad, even you seen a wedding quite this crazy before, right?
そうね。結婚式の会場に仕掛けられた爆弾を処理して、そのまま結婚式を挙げるなんて、命がいくつあっても足りないくらい奇跡的なシチュエーションだもの。
Miracle, huh? Kind of funny hearing a word that romantic coming from your mouth. You should get married more often. I should get married more often, I mean. Right, JB's not really exaggerating in the slightest. It's basically a miracle that we're standing here right now after what happened. We didn't earn this moment of happiness solely through our own efforts. It's only thanks to a great deal of help and support that we've managed this.
あのね、私は冗談で言っているわけじゃないのよ。本当にみんな揃って黒焦げになっていてもおかしくなかったんだから。
Apologies of the trouble, but I still don't regret moving forward.
まったく、あなたには言いたいことが山ほどあるけど、そろそろお待ちかねの時間みたいね。
Right. The moment I close my eyes in an attempt to maintain my calm, there's a sudden burst of applause from the rows of guests. That is not the same dress as earlier. Also, that is a very nice Chizuru.
Of course. Of course, you put that out.
Oh, yeah, of course I would. Also, excellent. As the sound of cheering fills the chapel, she slowly escorts Sachi down the aisle. Thanks to multiple bomb scares, our ceremony was nearly called off several times. But even though I could have lost my life today, I wouldn't have given up this moment for the world.
小峰さん、綺麗。
この出来栄えなら、あのドレスがちょっと前までボロボロだったなんて、誰も気づかないでしょ。
そこはほら、みちるも胸を張っていいと思うわよ。
そうかな。
だってあのドレスは、さっちゃんが持ってたメイド服の生地をみんなで縫い合わせた特注のドレスなんだから。私もメイド服とウェディングドレスの掛け合わせがここまでうまくいくとは思わなかったわ。
チルチルだって指を穴っぽこだらけにして頑張ったことだし、しっかりと目に焼き付けておくのよ。
ごめん、もうよく見えない。
I could grab you by your tears and swing you around like a lasso.
As always.
チルチル泣くの
だって綺麗なんだもん。サジにすごく似合ってるんだもん。
確かにその通りね。小峰さんといえばメイド服だし、いつも黒い服を着ているイメージがあったから、純白のドレスがこんなに似合うとは思わなかったわ。それは多分私たちの思い込みでさ。さっちゃんはきっと元から白い服が似合う女の子だったんだよ。
I mean, very nice idea conceptually what they're saying, but at the same time, anyone that wears white on a day-to-day that is more than just like a white shirt that you don't really care about is a psychopath. Because they are the type to go out wearing white and then complain because they got the mildest fucking spot of dirt on it. Like,
Yeah.
they weren't begging for it by wearing white.
It's kind of like owning a white car. You're gonna spend 1,000 hours a week cleaning it.
I mean, to be fair, my family has a white car, which I will never understand. But my car is actually black. And it will always feel weird to call it my car, considering that I technically own it, yet I do not have a fucking license. Yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
でもそんな自分を抑え込む必要があって、ユージと出会うことで本当の自分を見つけることができた。きっと風見くんの目には私たちよりずっと早いうちからこうしてバージンロードを歩く小峰さんの姿が映っていたんでしょうね。多分そうなんだと思う。だとしたらちょっと悔しいわ。私も。
何よそれ。
例えるなら小峰さんは醜いアヒルの子だったってことかしらね。
訂正しなさいよユミコ。サーチはアヒルでもないし醜くもないんだから。
もうチルチルが口を挟むと面倒なことになっから、ちょっとだけ口チャックな。
なんだか納得いかないけど、もうどうでもいい。幸せそうなサチが見れてよかった。おめでとうサチ。
Once every time Sachi draws closer, her dress a testament to all the drama of our eventful wedding day. She's looking straight ahead, her gaze steady and calm. In her face, you can see the pride of a child who's finished building a sandcastle, and the solemn dignity of an adult woman whose moment has finally come. But more importantly, without a doubt, the face of the woman love.
あとは任せたわよ、風見くん。
As two of them arrive at the end of the aisle, Chizuru passes Sachi's hand to me. Right. When I take hold of that hand, Sachi slowly raises her
綺麗
face.
よ、サチ。
ありがとうございます。
And after a brief greeting from our minister, Sachi turns to me, her face no longer hidden by her veil.
お待たせしました、ゆうくん。私の声、聞こえてますか？
Sorry, I wasn't expecting a makeshift dress to look this unbelievably good on you. After speeches for a moment there.
ゆうくんは大げさですね。でも、そう言ってもらえて安心しました。
Can't really blame myself for that line, even if it was a little cliched. After all, my mind went blank the first time I saw Sachi in her dress, and this moment it was far more beautiful than I ever expected. Well, I'm at it. I'm sorry our special day and that I'm being such a hectic mess.
なんだか今日のゆうくんは謝ってばかりですね。
I don't think an average wedding ceremony involves using any bombs, you know.
だとしたら、普通の人には経験できないようなスリルのある結婚式にすることができたということになりませんか？
I think there was a bit too much cold sweat and terror for the word thrill to be appropriate.
確かにそうかもしれません。
I'll say.
でも、自分たちの気持ちを確かめるだけじゃなく、周りの人たちの優しさも実感できる素敵な結婚式になったと思います。はい。だって、自分の誕生日にこんなに素敵なドレスを着ることができたんですから。幼い頃、人はどうして結婚するんだろうと考えたことがある。
Well, Scott, it would actually be kind of funny to, like, first off, make sure that everyone is aware of what's going on. I will say this before I start the idea. Like, just make, like, one of those, like, cut the right color wire bombs, but, like, a fake one that, instead of exploding, just, like, throws a bunch of confetti in the air or something, and bring it to someone's wedding, like, here you go, first of all, like I said, explain that it's not an actual bomb, and then just, like, make it a game, like, you have to actually defuse this bomb. Like, and if the confetti flies, I don't know, we'll throw, like, a bunch of, like, fucking pies at you or something. Like, make it
Put it in one enormous foam party or something.
Like, you make it, you get to throw a pie at the person who brought it. If you don't make it, everyone gets to throw a pie at you. Or something. Liven up the fucking party.
It would. It would.
When I was younger, I sometimes wondered why was the people
その時はいくら悩んでも答えを出すことができなかったけれど、自分が結婚式を挙げて、やっとその答えが分かった気がする。たくさんの人たちに祝福されながら愛を誓い合う時間は幸せに満ちていて、きっと世界中の恋人たちがさらなる幸せを求めて結婚していくんだと思う。それはゆうくんと私も同じだった。でも幸せの形は一つじゃない。そしてたくさんある幸せの中から、私たちは私たちにしか選べない幸せを選んだ。それは神様から決められたものでも誰かに決められたものでもない。私たち自身が選んだ幸せで、その先にはたくさんの辛いことや悲しいことが待っているかもしれない。でも私はそんな未来を少しも不安に思わない。むしろワクワクしていると言ってもいい。だって二人なら、ゆうくんと一緒なら、どんな困難だって乗り越えられる。
If you want proof, just watch this bouquet soar up into the sky. Who catching it though? Right, can't skip this shit.
So yeah, what do you think of Sachi-Route?
That's adorable.
At the same time though, what do you... silly conversation idea. Who do you think did catch the bouquet?
I entirely see a world where they're gonna make a joke about Chizu catching it and being told that, like, well, good luck, you're gonna need it, or some bullshit like that.
Or heaven help us Michiru catching it.
Oh, that would never end well.
That would explode in everyone's faces.
Really?
Wait, no, that's a bad choice of words. Also, interesting to revisit the old CGs.
Mm-hmm. Still can't take the fact that Yuji's theme is called Thanatos the Creator. Like, what the fuck?
You'll understand in part why.
I know, I've watched the Labyrinth movie.
Yeah. Well, it's a pity Bud isn't here. He'd have loved that cryptic remark. You know, looking back at the fridge scene, I'm surprised he didn't take his belt off and restrain it shut with his belt, threading it through the handles. And if he was worried about fire, normally kitchens like that would have some sort of fire suppression system put in them. We have them at work. They're made by a company called Ansel.
それが11年前の誕生日のお話よ。
Oh, that's a nice CG. Probably gonna use this until, you know, Cactus whips up another fucking creation from
masterpiece. I like how they also put Yumiko in the partial shadow, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention JB as well.
I mean,
I think she'd have preferred it that way.
I mean, Yumiko is a fucking cave dweller, essentially. Like, she's not good with the sun. Let's be honest with ourselves.
She's not that much of a troglodyte. Holy moly.
じゃあその年は結婚式がお母さんの誕生日プレゼントだったってことだね。
That kid cannot be older than 11 years ago. Than 11 years old. Yet she sounds like she's 21.
そうね。お父さんがどうしても今日じゃないとダメだって頑張ってくれたから。で
もお母さんが爆弾を取ってきてお父さんが処理したから結婚式ができたんだよね。
私たちがあの日に結婚式を挙げられたのは、私とお父さんの結婚を心から祝福してくれたみんなのおかげなの。
結婚ってなんだか難しいんだね。
確かに簡単なことじゃないとは思うけど、それ以上に幸せな気持ちになれると思うわよ。
私も大きくなったら結婚するのかな。
Yuji bursts through the nearby door. Over my dead body!
そうね。もう少し大きくなったらきっと大好きな人ができて、その人と結婚したいって思うんじゃないかしら。じゃあ
私もお母さんみたいなお母さんになれる？
I will stand by the fact that this fucking, at maximum, like, 10-year-old child probably sounds like a 20-year-old.
私、もし結婚するんだったら、お母さんみたいなお母さんになりたい。だって、お母さんは綺麗で優しいし、何でもできちゃうスーパーマンさんだもん。あれ？私、なんか変なこと言ったかな？
あなたがあんまり嬉しいことを言ってくれるから、びっくりしちゃったの。あなたが本当にいい子に育ってくれて、お母さん嬉しいわ。
なんだかよくわからないけど、お母さんに褒められちゃった。
Oh, this is what you two were.
お父さん
You're a little heavier than the last time I picked you up. You're putting on some weight.
もう、お父さんってそういうところがデリカシーがないよね。これは太ったんじゃなくて成長したの。
We're not back, convenient excuse.
ゆうくん、そんなことばかり言ってると、今度はお父さんの服と一緒に私の服を洗濯するのはやめてって言われてしまいますよ。
Don't say that even as a joke. It was bad enough when she stopped letting me take baths with her. I was so useless at work that JB gave me a real earful.
私の年ならそれが普通だし、お父さんが大げさなんだよ。
そうね。あなたも今日で10歳になるんだもの。
Okay, so she is 10. She is 10, yet she sounds like she's 21. God fucking damn it, they couldn't have picked someone else to voice this.
Yeah.
At least get someone that, like, goes a bit higher in pitch.
Yeah.
Right, took the entire day on, so let's give her daughter's birthday a proper celebration.
それはすっごく嬉しいんだけど、一つお父さんとお母さんに聞きたいことがあるの。
What? A child is gonna look at her parents and say, "Hey, I wanna ask you guys something." Free Pips quick, he'll be glad to enlighten you.
それじゃあね、こっちの写真に写っている人は誰？
Oh, they're dead.
それはね、
perhaps gratefully so.
私のお父さんとお母さん。つまり、あなたのおじいちゃんとおばあちゃんにあたる人よ。
そっか。この人たちが私のおじいちゃんとおばあちゃんなんだ。
You just over off to the side, the only ones that matter at least.
No one's relevant in this family.
初めて写真を見せてもらったけど、お母さんのお父さんってお父さんよりも素敵な人だね。
What was that, daughter of mine? Shouldn't you be saying I'm better by
お父
far?
さんはかっこいいし、運動会でも活躍してくれるから鼻が高いけど、お母さんのお父さんはとっても優しそうな人なんだもん。
Tell me, Sachi, am I lacking in kindness?
いいえ、十分です。この前、みちる様が遊びに来たとき、見事な親バカねっ って呆れられたのを忘れたんですか？
I seem to remember it taking about 100 pictures of ours, huh?
そういえば
Mitra
そうで
being
したね。
eloquent. Who knew?
The rare things will happen sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
ねえねえ、
Things do fly.
お母さんのお父さんとお母さんはどんな人だったの？
Well, one of them is what we commonly call a vegetable.
I think even then, at this point, Sachi's mum may be dead.
Yeah, that would not keep someone alive for that long.
Yeah.
そうね。私のお父さんは手先が器用で壊れたものを何でも直しちゃう人だったし、お母さんは料理も勉強も運動もできるすごい人だったの。
そっか。だからお母さんは何でもできちゃうスーパーマンさんになれたんだね。
Yeah, Sachi knew what her parents wanted for her and worked hard every single day. And she turned into the invincible woman she is now.
それはあなたにも言えることなのよ。
私ももっと頑張ってお父さんとお母さんに褒めてもらえるようないい子になる。
ありがとう。そしてそう言ってくれたあなたに私とお父さんからプレゼントがあるの。
プレゼント？
そう。今年の誕生日プレゼントはこのオルゴール。
That is, just listening to the song on Music Box alone, it sounds depressing as fuck. Why would you give that to a kid?
I don't think she knows the full context behind it as we do.
No. Like, even if I did not know the background information, if you just played the melody to someone that did not know this game, they too would probably say, like, this is a very somber melody, a very sad melody. Like, everything about, like, this music, from, the fucking chord progression to the fucking fact that it's on a goddamn music box, makes it sound generally sad. Like, you cannot tell me that it fucking doesn't, just listening to this shit. I may have chosen the art path instead of the music path for my last 2 years in school, but I did still have genuine music theory lessons for at least a few years.
このオルゴールはね、私がお父さんとお母さんからもらった大切な宝物なの。
グリザイアの迷宮。
Alright, with that, next time we'll be moving on to Michu, right?
Yep.
Alright. You guys just want to see you next time. Bye.
Sayonara, folks.
Hope you enjoyed watching the last few fucking, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, bud. Bye.